Mangum Tigers and Lady Tigers.
For over 4 generations, the Willis family and staff have worked to develop their skills, and with improved technologies, they can assure you of a monument that will stand the test of time. Their award-winning designers, expert stonecutters, layout artists, sandblast sculptors, and installation crew are here to serve you. Visit them online at willisgranite.com. Willis Granite Products, with locations in Granite, Oklahoma City, and Stillwater.
Travis Septic Tank Service can handle everything related to septic tank maintenance and cleaning, including commercial applications. Call Travis Septic Tank Services at 580-782-2384. That's 782-2384. Travis says, go Mangum Tigers.
Wondering how Western Oklahoma State College can fit into your future? With 25 degree options and more than 20 student organizations, it's easy to join the Pioneer family. Western offers classes online and on campus, making it simple to fit an education into your schedule. Western's tuition is less than half of a 4-year university's and offers many scholarship opportunities.
I'm going to play one more.
To find out more about how your future is brighter at Western, visit wosc.edu.
Triad Home Health in Mangum is locally owned and offers nursing, physical therapy, occupational, wound care, IV therapy, and more. All administered by people who go above and beyond for you. Phone Triad Home Health today at 580-782-5800. That's 782-5800.
.333 Dental Care in Mangum is the dental practice of Dr. Dustin Lively. His experience, skill, and compassion go hand in hand when providing exceptional, up-to-date patient care. Dr. Lively and his team of professionals are proud to help you with the best dental care possible, along with preventive care that will result in a beautiful, long-lasting smile. Call 580-782-2552 or visit the team at 333 Dental Care. They support the Mangum Tigers and Lady Tigers.
Well, hi again, everyone.
The Insurance Agency of Mangum is celebrating 80 years in business and 4 decades of Mangum Tiger and Lady Tiger graduates. The Castle Insurance Agency has had and will continue to have a long-term commitment to support Mangum students on the field and off the field. For auto, home, farm, bonds, crop, oil field, or commercial insurance, please call or stop by the Castle Insurance Agency, 122 South Pennsylvania in Mangum. Call 782-3049. That's 782-3049.
Classic Hits
90 Insurance Agency of Mangum.
Classic Hits 97.7. It'll be my turn eventually. Welcome back to football on Classic Hits 97.7. Justin O'Neill, Michael Barnes joining you. We are in Ringling tonight. And Justin, what a juxtaposition it is from the last time you and I did football. You remember it was back in November. We were sitting outside. We were in Hooker, Oklahoma. It was freezing cold. We had every stitch of clothing on that we could find between Mangum and Hooker. Tonight, not the same story.
We are, as the crow flies, probably about a good 4.5 hours away from where we were when we last met on the gridiron. And I see you borrowing a word of mine there, juxtaposition. I taught you something last year, Michael.
Yeah, I've been working on that one all season long. Thanks for catching that. I appreciate it. Remember, you can not only listen to the ball game on Classic Hits 97.7, you can also live stream at oksports.tv. That's oksports.tv. Or go to Facebook and find our Facebook page. Simply search Classic Hits 97.7, and there you will find us. So we are excited about this season opener for both ball clubs. Neither team playing in Week 0 action. And so it'll be interesting to see how this one unfolds. You remember, Ringling came to Mangum last year late in the season for a non-district affair, and it turned out to be a basketball game. Wild up and down the field all night long. We've got two different coaches here, two new coaches on both sides of the football. Be interesting to see how this one plays out throughout the course of the evening.
I agree with you tightly. That game last year was very much like a heavyweight prize fight, as whoever was standing at the end was going to win. And as you said, it's be interesting to see how the changes affect this year's game.
Softball going on today involving the Mangum Lady Tigers. They were playing at the is it Tushka or Tuska?
Tushka, as far as I know. Tushka.
Kind of like the ZZ Top song?
That's it.
All right,
yeah.
Thanks. I appreciate that. Earlier today, Mangum beat Tushka 10-2 and then lost to Howe 3-2. Katie Carney tells me it was in an international tiebreaker. I have no idea what that means. Do you?
You got me.
Okay. Thanks for your assistance. We appreciate that. The Lady Tigers are waiting for a team to arrive from Atoka before they play their next game. That is the actual text that I got from Katie. She says, I asked her, I said, who do you play at 7? Obviously, this is a few minutes ago. Who do you play at 7? She says, we don't know. We're waiting for them to arrive from Atoka.
Whoever steps off the bus, I guess.
Exactly. They're looking for a club to play the Mangum Lady Tigers. That loss, by the way, just their second on the year. They are now 16-2 on the season, is Richard Carney's club. All right, our pregame show here on Classic Hits 97.7, brought to you by the good folks over there at Stockman's Bank. Appreciate them being a part of our broadcast. We'll take a timeout and come back and continue our pregame show as we get set for Ringling and Mangum here on Classic Hits 97.7.
Farmers and ranchers need feed or supplies? 4E Feed and Supply in Mangum is farm-owned, so they understand your needs for the farm and ranch. They feature bulk feeds for pickup or they'll deliver. Great brands coupled with fast, friendly service. They have gates and panels, vet supplies, and show feeds too. 4E Feed and Supply supports Greer County School sports and ag activities. 425 East Lincoln in Mangum.
Buy your Mangum Tiger Spirit clothing from locally owned CJ's Tiger Specialty Shop, where you'll find the best selection, quality, and the lowest prices. Greer County items, too. They'll design something especially for your group. CJ's is your one-stop Mangum School Spirit Shop, 1 block south of the high school, Mangum, Oklahoma.
When it comes to getting your prescriptions filled quickly, just have your doctor send them to Bratton Drug in Mangum or Granite Drug in Granite, where competent and friendly pharmacists will quickly fill them correctly. Bratton Drug and Granite Drug are hometown, locally owned pharmacies, and they know you have a choice when it comes to a pharmacy, so they appreciate your business, and they're proud to serve you. That's Bratton Drug in Mangum and Granite Drug in Granite.
Classic Hits 97.7. He's Justin O'Neill. I'm Michael Barnes, and we're glad that you're here on Classic Hits 97.7, also on oksports.tv or along our Facebook page, Facebook Live. We do that for you as well. Many different ways to catch us, many different platforms. And it's all brought to us in part by our good friends over there at Stockman's Bank, proud sponsors of our pregame show here on Classic Hits 97.7. Well, so as Justin and I were talking on the way over here, a different look for the Mangum Tigers because new football coach in William Dickey. He's not new to coaching. William's been around for a long, long time. Last year, we saw a run-and-gun football team. Last spring when I talked to Coach Dickey after he'd gotten the job, I said, do we see a difference? He goes, I might use those two guys a little bit more of a power formation coming 2018. So that'll be the first thing I want to see. What does he do with Brett Perry? What does he do with Sean-Claude Booth?
It'll be interesting to see. You know, there's definitely some power behind that really big Mangum line and then some big boys that can carry the ball. I'm with you. I've got to think that they're going to take more to the ground this season and maybe use some of their speed for a little surprise attack every once in a while.
Well, of course, Jason Shandy, one of those that impressed us last year. Shandy, 6'2", 230 pounds. He is a senior, and he's one of those big fellas up front that you were talking about. One young man that will not be playing football this season that I found out last week, Jet McAlexander. We saw Jet in town, said, hey, how's football going? He said, well, I guess it's going all right. I'm not playing. Jet telling me that he has a couple of baseball offers that obviously will be important to him come next spring.
Sure.
And he doesn't want to run the risk of getting injured playing football. Says he will play basketball, but has decided to forego football. So quick question for you. See how astute you are, and I know that you are a well-educated man now that you're teaching over there at Navajo School. What is unusual about this football field here? Not unusual, but not typical, this football field here at Rick Gandy Field in Ringling.
Well, as I take a peek at the beautifully mown turf. They have a reel mower, and I don't necessarily mean R-E-A-L, the reel mower, kind of like a fishing reel.
Yeah, no, that's not the answer we're looking for.
That's not what you're looking for.
No, not the answer we're looking for. I'll give you one more guess.
Well, Barnes, I tell you what, you got me stumped again.
Okay, it's an east-west field.
It is. I'm very glad about that.
East-west field. Normally, or not normally, but a lot of the times fields are north and south. This is one of those east-west fields. So this time of the year, sunshine plays a factor in it.
Absolutely. I remember last year, Sayre, Cordell, Watonga, much appreciated those east-west fields.
We're counting down to kickoff as we get set for Mangum and Ringling. It's the season opener for both ball clubs. Our pregame show brought to us, as always, by the good folks over there at Stockman's Bank. And Justin and I return to Rick Gandy Field because we're east-west kind of guys here on Classic Hits 97.7.
The Hamburger Inn in Mangum continues to be that special place people have enjoyed for generations. Good food prepared by your neighbors in a laid-back atmosphere where you really feel at home. Breakfast, lunch specials daily, and the famous fish fry every Friday night. Or a great steak dinner on Saturday night. But you guys know about the Hamburger Inn in Mangum. We'll see you there. Buy your Mangum Tiger Spirit clothing from locally owned CJ's Tiger Specialty Shop, where you'll find the best selection, quality, and the lowest prices. Greer County items, too. They'll design something especially for your group. CJ's is your one-stop Mangum School Spirit Shop, 1 block south of the high school, Mangum, Oklahoma.
When it comes to funeral homes, there are several to choose from, but choosing a funeral home that is locally owned offers the advantage of the local owners who are involved right here in the community, helping you during your time of need. Greer Funeral Home owners Carson and Stacy Van Zant are perfect examples of owners who offer that family-like connection that you'd expect from a friend and a neighbor. Greer Funeral Home in Mangum and Granite, providing dignity and respect.
Welcome back to Mangum. And by the way, because Deanne is from this part of the country, she was born and raised in Ardmore, graduated from Plainview. She gave me instructions all week long on how to say Ringling. And I don't think I'll ever get it right.
Well, it's Ringling, Barnum, and Bailey Circus, right?
No, there's an accent to it that I can't replicate. Let me just put it that way.
Well, I've heard some locals, and I think it's somewhere close to Ringling.
Ringling?
Ringling, like almost like you're wrangling.
All right. I'll try my best, but I'm not going to make any promises. There's no question about that. Coming across the way, captains for this group from Mangum, we see Henry Lopez out there. He will be joined by Brett Perry, and then, you always like the big fellas out there. Payson Jenkins, 6'1", 190. Somebody lied about that. And then also
those freshman numbers.
Yeah,
right? They didn't
yeah. Jerry Skinner, 5'10", 260. That's a little bit more accurate. And then we've got the Travis Wade for this group from Ringling, and big boys out there as well. For Ringling as Caleb Stewart, one of the captains for this group from Ringling. Also, these huge offensive linemen. My goodness, look at that. That's Ian Cox out there as well. So there are your captains. Ringling dressed in their home blue tops with the white numerals, the gold trim. Mangum, meantime, in their road whites with the black numerals and the black pants to go along with that. So it'd be interesting to see how this thing turns out here. And I mentioned this because last week we helped out with a Week 0 game down in Tipton where Shattuck and Tipton played. And the pregame toss, Troy Bullard, who is the coach of the Shattuck Indians, he gave very specific instructions to his kids about what he wanted to have happen if they won the toss. And so they won the toss.
Well, what do you do?
The official looks at it and says, "What do you want?" And the young man was so excited, he said, "We want the wind." So what that meant was Tipton got the football to begin each of the first two halves. And it's one of those things, it's one of the little things that as you work through a season, that gets to be just automatic. But at the first game of the year, you never know.
Well, it's a heads-up game, and looking at the score, that sounded like that was one heck of a football game last week.
Well, I know the folks in Tipton were upset that Shattuck beat them 44-14, but I reminded everybody that for the last 2 years, Tipton has lost their season opener to a Class B team, in this case Laverne, and then went on and won the state championship. And in fact, they never lost another game after losing that first game each of the past 2 years. So all is not lost in Tillman County, no question about that. Also, it's worth noting that Matt Terry and the Altus Bulldogs went over to Lawton last night, and they made a huge statement against the Wolverines and gave notice to everybody else in Class 5A. Scored 2 quick touchdowns. Game was tied at 14, took control of the ball game again, and then Altus scored a couple of touchdowns late, put it away, and then won by 10, 45-35. Congratulations to Matt Terry making his debut as head coach of the Altus Bulldogs. Of course, he matriculated at Altus and led them to the state championship game back in 2001 when he played quarterback for them. So we have had the coin toss, and Ringling has won the toss. They have decided to defer. That means Mangum will receive, and they'll do so on the left end of your listening device, looking into that nice bright sunshine. We'll take one more timeout, come back, get your opening kick, and get set for the season opener. We've got Mangum and Ringling coming up. It's brought to you by Stockman's Bank. Classic Hits 97.7.
The Hamburger Inn in Mangum continues to be that special place people have enjoyed for generations. Good food prepared by your neighbors in a laid-back atmosphere where you really feel at home. Breakfast, lunch specials daily, and the famous fish fry every Friday night. Or a great steak dinner on Saturday night. But you guys know about the Hamburger Inn in Mangum. We'll see you there.
Taking care of your family is easy and convenient at the JCMH Family Care Medical Clinic in Mangum. Located at 114 South Lewis Tittle in Mangum, Dr. Lonnie Perryman and nurse practitioner Patty Burks provide a comprehensive full-service family practice, including care for children and adults, including geriatrics. Call 782-3393 for appointments at the JCMH Family Care Medical Clinic in Mangum.
Well, we get set for the Mangum Tigers and the Ringling Blue Devils. Meantime, the Mangum Lady Tigers at Tushka now know who they will play. Katie Carney is sending me the text saying we're playing Calera.
Calera, the bus must have arrived.
Am I saying that correctly, Calera? Some of those towns on the eastern part of the state I have a hard time with.
I'm with you. These are places, parts unknown to myself.
You have to understand, I was born and raised in Independence, Missouri, and I wasn't that sophisticated. All right, so we're getting set for this one. Mangum going to receive on the left end of your listening device here to begin the ball game, and we are glad to have you alongside here on our many platforms. I'm not smart enough to do the Facebook Live thing, but you can actually watch on Facebook Live, and people make comments. It's a wild, crazy kind of deal. Beautiful conditions. Last night I talked about that game, Lawton and Altus. They actually postponed it by 30 minutes. It was supposed to have kicked off at 7, but because of the excessive heat yesterday, they moved it back to 7:30. This one, fortunately, a 7:30 kickoff, and it's pretty comfortable right now.
And it's much appreciated. I remember last week you approached me about coming to the game today. I was saying football, it's still 100 degrees.
Yeah.
How is that possible?
Exactly. And yes, Zach Cargile set to kick the football away from this group from Ringling. He'll do so from left to right. Brett Perry here on the near side. Trayvon Dickey up top. Back to receive the kick. And a left footer and a big kid at that. So at front line, expecting something short. He'll approach the football now, readjust it. Wasn't quite ready. We're ready. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Thank you very much. They put 12 minutes up on the clock. The line judge looks at the white hat and says, let's get this thing underway. And the 2018 season is off and running. Line drive kick, far side. Dickey hats it hit at the 16, picks it up at the 17, shakes, makes 20, down the far sideline and pushed out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. Give him forward progress there. So pretty good field position to begin the ball game for the Mangum Tigers as they'll go to work here with the football first. How's that camera work going over there? You got that figured out?
You know, I think if I had another hand, I'd have to use it because one hand on a phone, one hand on a camera, Michael. We'll get this figured out as we work together.
Well, we made the comment on the way over that modern technology is great, and you said what?
The great thing about technology is it requires an operator.
By the way, he's no longer at the Technology Center at Southwest Oklahoma. Justin now is the music teacher over there at Navajo, and congratulations on that position.
Well, I appreciate it. Really enjoying my time there at Navajo.
Henry Lopez split out here on the near side. In the slot, Jalen Warner. Shotgun formation, Laughlin going to keep the football himself, and he'll get stopped at the line of scrimmage. Maybe fight his way back for only a 1-yard loss. Boy, great penetration on that right side by the Blue Devil defense. Not a whole lot of room there for Laughlin. He ended up losing a half yard. It'll be 2nd down and 11. So we thought maybe we would see power football, but instead, shotgun formation, and they wanted to run the quarterback. Perry split out to the far side. And again, Lopez here on the near side in the slot. It's Warner. Perry in motion. They'll hand the ball off to him on the jet sweep. Nowhere to go. Breaks back inside and will make it to the 25 and no more. Great pursuit coming down the line by this group from Ringling as they chased very well out in space. It'll bring up a third down and long for Mangum.
I think that's still a good idea. Let's keep the football on the ground, and let's just see what happens as the game materializes. Nothing to worry about. It's still just 2 downs, but the Blue Devils are showing us something for sure.
Minute gone by here in the first. There is no score. It'll be a third down and 10 situation for Laughlin from the shotgun. Looks out here on the near side. Pump fake. Wants to go deep. Doesn't have anybody. Going to throw the football away. Jalen Warner and Henry Lopez kind of point at one another like maybe there was some confusion as to who was supposed to run what route.
Looked like they might have needed to curl out a little bit, but, first pass and play, it's thrown safely. I can't argue with that.
All right, so it'll be 4th and 10, and kicking the football away will be the Tigers. That'll be Henry Lopez back deep. Scotty Paul here at about the 45-yard line. His own 45 set to receive the kick from Lopez. 10:40 left here in this first quarter of play. Lopez gets the ball away, comes near side, gets caught up in the wind, hits at the 50, spins forward, and will roll out of bounds at the 48-yard line of Ringling. 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils from there. No score, 10:32 left in the first on Classic Hits 97.7.
Mangum Brick Company has been operating since the early 1900s. They're the largest private employer in Greer County. Mangum Brick is proud to support high school athletics radio broadcasts. And if you know of someone looking for work, always check with Mangum Brick, as they may be hiring.
For top-notch heating and air conditioning service and installation, you can rely on Payne's Heating and Air, serving Southwest Oklahoma and North Texas from their headquarters in Mangum, Oklahoma. With years of experience and hundreds of satisfied customers, call Payne's Heating and Air Conditioning at 799-5130, 799-5130.
Van Buskirk turns and hands the football over to Chandler Roberts, and Roberts crosses the 50-yard line and is run out of bounds at about the 46 and a half. And so a gain of 4 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Trayvon Dickey in on the stop for Mangum. So a running play to the outside right away for the Blue Devils. This time they come out in a power I formation. Sam Van Buskirk, 6'1", 164. We saw him last year over in Mangum. He can throw the football. 2nd down and 6. Long play count here. And finally, they'll turn and want to throw the football. Great penetration, though, by Mangum, coming off the edge and making a quarterback sack back at the, looks like about the original line of scrimmage. Coming off the edge was Latham Ketchum. Ketchum, 6 foot, 180, shot out of a cannon and makes a great play there.
It was a great play for sure. Great penetration early on, and it's one of those, maybe he got that snap count just right and got an extra little step in there and was able to get a good hit on the quarterback. And
actually there was a loss of 5 on the play, so it brings up a 3rd down and 11. You're right, boy. Ketchum he timed that snap count absolutely perfectly. Got to go pistol here now at 3rd down and 11. 9:45 left in the first. Dropping back, Van Buskirk wants to throw the screen. Boy, they've got it set up nicely here on the near side. That's Ethan Johnson, and Johnson going to be run out of bounds at about the 44-yard line of Mangum. It won't be good enough for a first down, but it's close. Let's see where they spot him at. They'll put him down at the 44, and that'll bring up a 4th down and about 1.5 yards. So let's see what Ringling does here. You got to believe this is 4-down territory. By the way, Bernard Bailey, 5'10", 180, stuck his nose in on that play.
Excellent effort there to keep him from the first down. He, did a lot of work to knock him out of bounds.
Got to be careful now. Don't jump into the neutral zone and give him 5 free yards. Long snap count the last time. Van Buskirk underneath center. And there's movement on both sides. And we kind of look and see the coaching staff who reacts more. And it's going to go against this group from Ringling. So a set play there. You're going to try to draw the defense off sides, and then your guys jumping in the neutral zone. It is week number 1.
Week number 1 on your first possession. That's a whoops.
So a punting situation now, as that brings up a 4th down and long. And the Blue Devils going to apparently punt the football away. It's Ian Cox, all 6'5" and 270, set to punt the ball away. Brett Perry back at his own 20-yard line. Plenty of shadows now, no sunshine for a problem. Wobbly kick away from Perry. It will roll inside the 20 and die at about the 17-yard line. And No doubt they remember Brett Perry from last year, who did a great job of returning kicks. 9:32 left in the first, no score. It's Ringling and Mangum. Classic Hits 97.7.
Mangum Oil and Gas at 1306 North Lewis Tittle offers so many services. From fuel at the C-store to the self-serve car wash, getting propane bottles filled or propane delivered to the home and farm, even U-Haul services. It's no wonder so many folks head to Mangum Oil and Gas, where they say, go Tigers.
Second offensive possession for the Tigers. A little give and go, and they come down the near sideline looking for the football. Not able to catch up with it was Henry Lopez on the go route. Good coverage by Scotty Paul. It'll bring up a second down and 10. And how many times did we see that last year, Justin? The give and the go by Colton Laughlin and hitting people in stride downfield.
His arm was on the money last season. That one was aired out a little bit and thrown into the wind. There is a breeze out there today. Just kind of hung it up there a little too much.
I don't know where the breeze went to. That flag is laying dead there in the end zone on the left side. Second down and 10. Inside handoff to Perry, and Brett going to get hit. And that's Jean-Claude Booth instead. Booth maybe back to the line of scrimmage and no more. That'll bring up a third down and about 10. Booth and Perry built pretty similarly. Sometimes difficult to figure out who is who. So it'll bring up a third down and long now for the Tigers. Third and about 9.5. Laughlin from the shotgun. Play clock is down to 5. Perry now here in the slot. Let's see if they can get it off in time at 2-1, and they've got to take a timeout. 8:46 left in the first quarter of play. Third down and long for your Mangum Tigers when you and I come back to Rick Gandy Field here on Classic Hits 97.7.
What does it mean to be a Mangum Tiger, you ask? Well, we are one town, one school, and one family. We may be a small town, but we have big dreams and a bright future ahead of us. This is Lori Laughlin from Stockman's Bank, member FDIC, and we are so proud to support the Mangum Tigers.
Folks in Mangum know what to do when they need to quench a thirst, curb a hunger attack, or cool down with an ice cream. They just make the Loop at 918 North Lewis Tittle in Mangum. The Loop, supporting the Mangum Tigers and Lady Tigers.
For over 4 generations, the Willis family and staff have worked to develop their skills, and with improved technologies, they can assure you of a monument that will stand the test of time. Their award-winning designers, expert stone cutters, layout artists, sandblast sculptors, and installation crew are here to serve you. Visit them online at willisgranite.com. Willis Granite Products, with locations in Granite, Oklahoma City, and Stillwater.
All right, third down and 10. What's William Dickey going to call here, Justin O'Neill?
Well, we saw the quick strike on the try them deep outs. We'll see if they try that again on third and long.
All right, third down and long, shotgun formation. Colton Laughlin's been there almost all night long. Fakes the throw, now going to be rushed out of the pocket. Throws on the run, up for grabs. Ball nearly picked off. Boy, he is lucky that one didn't get picked off by Drake Stapleton.
He was in, and out.
Looked like one of the Mangum Tigers was there to make sure the catch was not made. So it brings up a fourth down and about 10. So far, not a whole lot of offense for this group. In fact, no offense for this group from Mangum.
And Laughlin was in a bad spot there. He was about 10 yards deep from the line of scrimmage whenever he let that one go. And took a little kiss on the chin for that one, too.
Slung it up into no man's land. Lopez with the punt. This one high, end over end. It will hit at the 50, spin forward to the 45-40. And then roll dead at about the 36-yard line. So a good roll that time for Henry Lopez, as we've got 8:28 left in the first quarter of play, and there is no score. Mangum and Ringling on Classic Hits 97.7.
Travis Septic Tank Service can handle everything related to septic tank maintenance and cleaning, including commercial applications. Call Travis Septic Tank Services at 580-782-2384. That's 782-2384. Travis says, go Mangum Tigers.
8:28 left here in quarter number 1, and now set to go to work for the second time this evening are the Blue Devils of Ringling. We'll have Blue Devils again in our midst next Friday night as we'll travel to Walters for a 7:30 ball game. New district this year, and that means 3 non-district ball games to begin the year. That's good stuff. You stay in district the rest of the season. Little trickeration going on here. And look out, Scotty Paul with room on the right side. Turns across the 40, inside the 45, down to about the 46-yard line, but a penalty flag back there at the 35, and may have had somebody either into the neutral zone or a block in the back, and we'll get the call here in a moment.
With your trickeration, as you say, sometimes that's you find new ways to block, and the white hat doesn't like that sometimes.
Well, white hat said actually it's an illegal shift, and so obviously Mangum will take the penalty, and they'll move it back from the line of scrimmage, sets up a first down and 15. By the way, don't forget the Hamburger Inn, Justin, will be open tomorrow until 2 o'clock. Then they will be closed on Monday for Labor Day.
Get it while you can.
There you go. Got to like that stuff. We've got softball coming up on Tuesday. We'll travel to Hollis for a district affair with the Lady Tigers. Get underway at about 5:30. Meantime, Mangum playing right now at Tushka, taking on Calera. Nice crowd across the way from Mangum as they made the 2.5-hour drive. Drive it's not too bad until you get south of Duncan, and then it falls apart. Well, apparently the stands are about to fall out from underneath us.
Sound like a hailstorm.
It's been nice knowing you. First down and 15. Deep handoff here and out to the 32-33-yard line. Will go the tailback who lost the football, but he was down. Chandler Roberts in on the stop. Dalen Stacy was there. Got some help from Bernard Bailey. And that'll bring up a second down, and we'll call it 13. Pick up 2 on the play. By the way, just wanted to mention my alma mater, Northwest Missouri State University, winning last night, beating Missouri Western 28-6. 8th year in a row, the Bearcats have started the season with a win. 7:40 left here in the first. Jet sweep near side. Look out. Room on the far side. And, a touchdown-saving tackle, I would think, right there by Trayvon Dickey.
I'm with you. He was on full stride, and Trayvon was just able to take his legs out from him to probably save a touchdown, definitely a first down.
Chandler Roberts had turned the corner, and he did get enough for the first down, by the way. And that dive at the end, little swan song there, took him all the way out to the 46-yard line. But Dickey, if he doesn't make that submarine play, well, I tell you what, Roberts had it in high gear at that point. So first down and 10 for the 46. That's our first down of the night. 7:20 left here in this first quarter of play. Deep handoff and a good job in the defensive backfield. They didn't blow the whistle, but his knee was down, wasn't it? Stetson Ryan got into the backfield. That looked like a loss on the play. They did whistle him out. I didn't hear the whistle.
No whistle.
My goodness, yeah. So a loss of a couple on the play, and that'll bring up a second down and 12. Davis on the carry for Ringling. Not a whole lot he could do there. As we mentioned, Stetson Ryan at 5'6", 185 got there in a hurry to make the play in the backfield. Clock running here. 6:45 left in quarter number 1. I formation for Ringling. Deep handoff. Near side. Good block. 50. Inside Mangum territory down to the 47-yard line. Coming off the edge, Dalen Stacy to make the play. But again, when you've got a guy that's 8-9 yards downfield picking up that kind of yardage, you don't want somebody from your secondary having to make the first hit.
You were reading my thoughts there, Michael. It's not the greatest thing when your secondary is the first man to touch the ball carrier.
Justin Davis picking up about 10 on the play. It'll bring up a third down and a yard. Van Buskirk going to turn, hand it off to Davis. He's got the first down of more, 40, 35, still on his feet, down to the 31-yard line. The initial hit made by Trayvon Dickey. Got some help at the end from Fisher Webb, but another first down for Ringling. Comes with 6:09 left in the first quarter of play, and they are in a pretty good drive right now. Nothing fancy. They're just loading up behind those big guys up front.
Yeah, this backfield is definitely, they're getting to the line of scrimmage at full blast, and they're just making some speed, and the Mangum line just turning around. Who'd that go? It was a blue streak.
Chandler Roberts now going to get the handoff here on the left side. Gets a block, but a good job of stringing it out on the edge that time by Dalen Stacy. Also out on that edge from his linebacker position. I've been impressed with him so far. Latham Ketchum. So Ketchum and Stacy making the play. Gain of a yard on the play. It'll bring up a second down and 9. Clock stop with 5:47 left in quarter number 1. Interesting to see how conditioning does here tonight. Wind has all but sat down, and it's a tad bit muggy. I formation. Second down and 9. Chandler Roberts, the handoff, cuts it back here on the near side. Breaks the tackle, still on his feet, and then I'm going to get bulldogged down at about the 27-yard line. And again, making the play for this group from Mangum, Latham Ketchum. Ketchum impressive in the early going. Went off that edge a hybrid linebacker defensive end position, 3rd and 5 after the play. So you figured out that scoreboard thing yet? You got that?
I tell you what, I need more brain power this morning. I'll be honest, I'm ready for that Snickers bar to kick in. I don't feel like myself, Michael.
All right, 3rd down and 5. 4-down territory for Ringling at the 26 of Mangum. Then go to the outside, and Lyle's got all kinds of room. He's at the 15, 10, 5, and into the end zone. Touchdown. How about that? Cash Lyle takes the handoff, goes to the right side, cuts it back this side, and he picks up the touchdown. And it is Ringling scoring first with 5:01 left in period number 1. And the Blue Devils on top 6-0. Yeah, one of those cases where a guy goes to one side of the field, Justin, cuts it back, and there's nobody at home. Deshane Paul in now to try the extra point for Ringling. You see this a whole lot at this level. Snap is back, hold is true, and the line drive kick is up, and it is good. So with 5:01 left in quarter number 1, Ringling will strike first. They lead at 7-0 on Classic Hits 97.7.
Wondering how Western Oklahoma State College can fit into your future? With 25 degree options and more than 20 student organizations, it's easy to join the Pioneer family. Western offers classes online and on campus, making it simple to fit an education into your schedule. Western's tuition is less than half of a four-year university's and offers many scholarship opportunities. To find out more about how your future is brighter at Western, visit wosc.edu.
Triad Home Health in Mangum is locally owned and offers nursing, physical therapy, occupational, wound care, IV therapy, and more. All administered by people who go above and beyond for you. Phone Triad Home Health today at 580-782-5800. That's 782-5800.
Well, nothing fancy there. Ringling just said, okay, we're going to run the football, then we're going to run it. And you know what? We'll run it again. See if you can stop us. Mangum couldn't. 25-yard touchdown run from Justice Davis. Extra point is good, and it's 7-0. 5:01 left in quarter number 1.
And the Tigers are going to need to find a way to get some bodies on those ball carriers at the line of scrimmage instead of letting them get behind them and make the secondary do all the work. That's not a strategy that tends to last very long.
Is the dental practice
the
of
Castle
Dr.
Insurance
Dustin
Agency
Lively.
of Mangum is celebrating 80 years in business and 4 decades of Mangum Tiger and Lady Tiger graduates. The Castle Insurance Agency has had and will continue to have a long-term commitment to support Mangum students on the field and off the field. For auto, home, farm, bonds, crop, oil field, or commercial insurance, please call or stop by the Castle Insurance Agency, 122 South Pennsylvania in Mangum. Call 782-3049. That's 782-3049. The Castle Insurance Agency of Mangum.
High and over end kick picked up by Perry at the 15. He'll go far side 20, 25, 30. Look out. 40, 45. Gets a block at the 50. And finally run out of bounds at about the Ringling 47, 48-yard line. Other to say he stepped out on the Mangum side of the football. At the 50-yard line, they marked him out at the 47 of Mangum, actually, not the 47 of Ringling. But nonetheless, great field position on a nice return there by Brett Perry.
And that's the kind of football we're used to seeing. Brett Perry getting the ball on a return. And, man, can he pick him up and put him down quickly on that sideline.
Well, Perry made the catch. He did a little pirouette, a little spin move, and I was a little concerned about that, but he knew what he was doing. Down the far side on he went. First down and 10 for the 47. Option now here, and keeping it is Laughlin. Colton will pick his way across the far sideline and be bumped out of bounds at about the 46-yard line. So a positive gain there for Colton Laughlin. He'll pick up 7, second down and 3. Jalen Warner was the pitch man that time. 4:47 now left in the first quarter of play, and Mangum trailing 7-0 here in Ringling. Fisher Webb in the slot. Also here on the near side, Brett Perry. Second down, inside handoff Perry. He got hit, but then broke a tackle. He's got the first down or more. 40 still at his feet at the 35-30, and Brett Perry running hard down to the 25-yard line. They said he stepped out at the 27, but nonetheless, the first down of the night for the Mangum Tigers.
And what a strong run by Perry. Yards after hit. He was able to make a lot of extra on that carry right there.
Well, good penetration that time on the part of this group from Ringling, as they kind of knew what the play was going to be. That was Tristan Acosta, but Perry broke the tackle, as you mentioned. Now we'll come near side, and again, it's a Mangum runner breaking tackles, but he's not as big as Brett Perry, and Fisher Webb at 5'9", 150. Going to get pushed back the other way. No game. As he got back to the line of scrimmage, it'll be second down and 10.
I think it was Yogi Berra that said good pitching beats good hitting and vice versa. Well, that applies to football. Good defense beats good offense and vice versa.
Yeah, they did a good job of containing that time. Second down and 10, 4:05 and running the first quarter of play. Warner, the lone back. Now they'll send a man in motion. That'll be Fisher Webb. Going to hand it off to Jalen, and Jalen hit almost immediately. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. In on the stop, it was Stewart. Mace is listed at about 5'10", 160. So 3:40 left here in the first quarter of play. Cash Lyle, who ran for the touchdown a moment ago, in on the stop for this group from Ringling. So it's got to be 4-down territory, right?
You would think so.
Third down and 10. They have it at the 27. Shotgun formation. Laughlin. Single back. That's Warner. And Ringling into the neutral zone. Flag finally flew. Now this is not like in the NFL. You get in the neutral zone in high school football, the flag comes out. So it looks like 5 free yards there for Mangum. Instead of 3rd and 10, they'll take 3rd and 5, and that does make it obviously a 4-down situation. You're not going to punt, certainly, but you're not going to try a field goal either.
Definitely helps the Tigers situation here. Get a couple more yards, or less yards, I should say, to get to the first down and maybe even put in a good play, get in the end zone.
It'll be interesting to see if they change the play. 3:15 left of the first, clock running. Mangum down by a score of 7-0. Laughlin going to keep it himself, wanted to pitch. Boy, nearly lost the football. Good job defensively that time by Ringling. They smothered up Laughlin and also covered up Jalen Warner. There was no way that Laughlin could make the pitch to Jalen. So it'll be 4th down. They lose 3. Yeah, they'll call it 2. So it's 4th down and 7. 2:45 left here in this first quarter of play. Lamar James had come into the lineup. He'll set back down. Here comes Trayvon Dickey and company. Shotgun formation. In the slot, it's Perry. They'll fake the handoff to Warner. Laughlin going to roll across his body. Little jump pass intended for Perry. It looked like Brett got hit early, and he did. Good job there of making something happen out of nothing. Duchesne Paul got there too soon and hit Brett Perry before the ball got to him. That'll be interference, and it'll give Mangum a first down.
And what a tough throw there for Laughlin, running, thrown across his body. That's not an easy throw to make.
Well, we saw Colton do that many times last year. He's got the strong arm and somehow is able to square those shoulders and get off at least a halfway decent pass. So interference, the call against Ringling. That will keep the drive alive with 2:28 left in the first quarter of play. Mangum trailing 7-0. They'll take the football all the way down to the 12-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 from there. So Mangum, good field position to begin the drive at their own 47. Now got it down to about the 12 of Ringling. Shotgun formation again. Laughlin going to fake the throw, now rolls out of the pocket, throws in the middle of the field. That is a dangerous pass, and it's going to be picked off in the end zone by Drake Stapleton.
And I just don't understand that play there, Michael. You just got 2 fortuitous penalties there your way, and first down, I just don't see throwing it that much traffic.
Well, yeah, throw the football, you're right, but when you've spun away from the line of scrimmage and you throw it back into the middle of the football field, chances are things aren't going to turn out the way you want them to. So following the interception, Ringling will take over, 1st and 10, 2:20 left here in the first period of play, and they lead it 7-0. Classic Hits 97.7, oksports.tv, and on our Facebook page, Classic Hits 97.7. So Van Buskirk and company getting a break there. 1st and 10. Van Buskirk going to turn, hand the ball off, and nowhere to run that time. Chandler Roberts, he may have made it back to the line of scrimmage. Brett Perry in on the stop for the Tigers. Got some help as well from Payson Jenkins. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 10.
Good to see Garrett Shaw back out there this season.
Isn't it, though? Yeah. And we saw Garrett fight his way through the baseball season with a huge brace on his leg. And there were times where he was trying to leg out infield singles and doubles into the gap. And I tell you what, it was all he could do to get it done, but oftentimes would. But at 40 left here in the first, and they're going to have to take a timeout. Play clock was down to 1. So we'll take one as well. 1:41 left in period number 1. Mangum trailing 7-0. Classic Hits 97.7.
Farmers and ranchers need feed or supplies? 4E Feed and Supply in Mangum is farm-owned, so they understand your needs for the farm and ranch. They feature bulk feeds for pickup or they'll deliver. Great brands coupled with fast, friendly service. They have gates and panels, vet supplies, and show feeds too. 4E Feed and Supply supports Greer County school sports and ag activities. 425 East Lincoln in Mangum.
Buy your Mangum Tiger Spirit clothing from locally owned CJ's Tiger Specialty Shop, where you'll find the best selection, quality, and the lowest prices. Greer County items, too. They'll design something especially for your group. CJ's is your one-stop Mangum School Spirit Shop, 1 block south of the high school, Mangum, Oklahoma.
Well, Justin, I'm always used to taking it on the chin, but not all the way from California. Apparently some folks listening to the broadcast in California, and they are Ringling fans, and they said that I'm not saying enough about Ringling kids.
Well, I think you've stuck with the ones you know, so let's you have the eagle eyes here. I can't make out the numbers on the field, so I'm going to leave that one to you.
Well, was that stick with the ones you know? Is that a reference
there
to
you go.
Stephen Stills and Love the One You're With?
You got it.
Okay, all right. You might hear that song
That's
on
that California connection.
Michael in the morning radio the way it should be here on Classic Hits 97.7. All right, for California, we got Sam Van Buskirk underneath center. Second down at 10 for the Blue Devils. They lead at 7-0. And Buskirk going to turn hand off, and boy, a collision with Cash Lyle in the backfield. And that wasn't Lyle. Instead, it was Justice Davis. And the mesh point wasn't there, and they're going to give McGill credit on the tackle, but I mean, kind of a tackle at yourself because you ran into the quarterback. So 3rd down and 10 with 1:15 left here in this first period of play. By the way, modern technology is amazing to me. We're sitting here in Ringling, America, and people are listening to us on the intranet over there in California. Wow.
The responsibility is overwhelming, isn't it?
Way to go, Al Gore. Great job. 3rd down and 10. Here comes Van Buskirk. Breaks a couple of tackles. That's the 30. And a first down after the cross, the 35 to the 37-yard line. Hit on the stop for Mangum was Trayvon Dickey. Looked like they had Van Buskirk knocked down in the backfield. He breaks the tackle, picks up the first down. 50 seconds and running in the first period of play. 16 years of education. The only class I ever failed, I tell this all the time, an intro to computers class in 1978 at college. Intro to computers in 78 wasn't Windows 9, let me just tell you. First and 10 now for Ringling. Deep handoff here, right side. And that'll be Justice Davis getting pummeled as he went across the line of scrimmage. Big hit there in traffic. And in on the stop for Mangum, a host of players. Like Jerry Skinner was there, leading the way. So 2nd down, and they'll call it 8 after the 2-yard gain.
Well, Michael, I'll go to your defense on that one. I think many people today that seem to be good at computers would not have passed that intro to computers class in 1978 themselves.
Well, you had to write a program. I mean, that's what it was. Speaking of programs, our first quarter of this program is in the books. And it's Ringling on top, 7-0. Period number 2. Coming up, stick and stay on Classic Hits 97.7.
When it comes to getting your prescriptions filled quickly, just have your doctor send them to Bratton Drug in Mangum or Granite Drug in Granite, where competent and friendly pharmacists will quickly fill them correctly. Bratton Drug and Granite Drug are hometown, locally owned pharmacies, and they know you have a choice when it comes to a pharmacy. So they appreciate your business, and they're proud to serve you. That's Bratton Drug in Mangum and Granite Drug in Granite.
The Hamburger Inn in Mangum continues to be that special place people have enjoyed for generations. Good food prepared by your neighbors in a laid-back atmosphere where you really feel at home. Breakfast, lunch specials daily, and the famous fish fry every Friday night, or a great steak dinner on Saturday night. But you guys know about the Hamburger Inn in Mangum. We'll see you there.
All right, wasn't there a TV show on Nickelodeon or one of those kid things, Carmen Sandiego?
World is Carmen Sandiego.
See, I
where
thought
in
there
the world
was.
Is she?
Well, I know where San Diego, California is, and they love the Van Buskirks there in San Diego, California. By the way, they're listening to us over at Tuska, or however you say it. We can tell you that they are in the top of the 3rd. Mangum and Calera tied. No score, top of the 3rd, as they play in that tournament at Tuska. So the first quarter in the books here, and neither team really getting anything done offensively through the air. but a long sustained drive by the Blue Devils turned into 7 points. A long sustained drive by the Tigers turned into a turnover.
And on a difficult game away, if you're the Mangum Tiger, you need to capitalize on every opportunity you have, especially the way this game played out last year at the Liberty Bowl. This is one the Tigers want to get.
One of the things that they are doing, because we are early in the season and because it is so hot, is that they're allowing some extra time to get things underway in between quarters. They'll take an extra break during the period as well, and it's all about player safety, and we're glad about that. So Mangum now goes to work right in front of us on the defensive side of the football. 2nd and 8 for the Blue Devils. Van Buskirk going to go underneath center. I formation. Tight formation as well. You think they're running here? Going to try to run the reverse. They do to the far side. That'll be Scotty Paul, and Paul will get across the 40 to the 42, 43-yard line. He will get tackled there and will get a penalty flag in the process. Payson Jenkins in on the stop. Also getting help in the tackle department for the Mangum Tigers was Fisher Webb. But I saw Brett Perry get obliterated there and then come up with his hands like, what in the world just happened to me? Penalty flag flies. What do you got here, Justin?
Well, I couldn't see anything.
Okay,
but I'm going to go with Brett Perry. I think, whenever you're on the ground and you weren't necessarily right there in the play, you probably didn't get there on your own.
All right, so they are going to mark this one off from the 40-yard line and take it all the way back to the 30. So that is either holding or a block of the back, and it's going to be a hold. So holding is the call. They'll replay the down, and it becomes 2nd down and 18. Just underway here in quarter number 2, 11:50, and the clock running. Line to make for a first down is the 47-yard line, so it's 17-yard gain to Duchesne Paul, trying to come here on the near side, breaks a tackle, and then gets rocked at the 30-yard line. Great open field play by Dalen Stacy. Duchesne, not a big kid, and when he gets in the open field, look out, it's roadrunner time. But Stacy, that time squaring up, head across the ball, makes the open field tackle 3rd and long now for Ringling.
Good form tackle there by Stacy. He was in the right place at the right time. Ball carrier, I just don't think, saw him as he turned back up the field.
Corbin McGill has done a nice job here on this near side, turning plays back to the inside. And Jerry Skinner, we talked about him last year, but Jerry Skinner, he just takes up real estate. 3rd down and long. Van Buskirk wants to throw. Will screen pass and incomplete. Penalty flag going to fly. We may get an ineligible receiver downfield here. On those screen plays, when they take that long to develop, sometimes the linemen tick, 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 tick in their head. They're counting. And it may be the call here. Let's wait and see. If it is, obviously Mangum would refuse it and make them punt. So while they discuss it, White Hat going to look our way. And yeah, ineligible receiver downfield. And that'll be declined, and they will make them punt the football away. Oklahoma State Cowboys victorious last night. Beat Missouri State in pedestrian fashion. They start 1-0 tomorrow. Florida Atlantic will be at Norman to take on the Sooners. Lane Kiffin. I wonder what his reception will be like there at Gaylord Memorial Stadium.
You don't think you'll have a whole lot of supporters there, do you?
I don't think so. All right, Ian Cox to punt the football away does. It comes near side. They keep it away from Brett Perry. Ball hits at the 38, goes straight up, and will be downed right there by Sam Van Buskirk. So with 10:56 left in the first half of play, it's Ringling on top, 7-0.
Buy your Mangum Tiger Spirit clothing from locally owned CJ's Tiger Specialty Shop, where you'll find the best selection, quality, and the lowest prices. Greer County items, too. They'll design something especially for your group. CJ's is your one-stop Mangum School Spirit Shop, 1 block south of the high school, Mangum, Oklahoma.
And welcome back as we get set for the next drive by the Mangum Tigers. Last drive, they had an opportunity, a couple of penalties, kept the drive alive, and then an interception into the end zone. Now they go, look at this, wishbone formation. Shotgun all night long. Now they'll go wishbone, inside handoff to Warner. Boy, Jalen gets hit right as he gets to the line of scrimmage. Good job of filling from his linebacker position on the part of, let's see who that was getting off the pile. Ethan Johnson. Again, you talk about form tackles a moment ago. That was perfect by Ethan Johnson.
That was perfect. Great way to read that option play. And I was wondering in the drive on the way up here if Coach Dickey would go to that wishbone look. And there we see it, and unfortunately did not work out for the Tigers on that down.
Yeah, he went to it for one play. Now they'll go back to the pistol formation, 2nd down and 10. Toss sweep. Warner, right side, looks for a block, turns the corner. Stutter steps at the 38, 39, 40, and maybe to the 41-yard line. Let's see if they give him that much room. And for all that running, Jalen will pick up about 3 yards. It'll bring up 3rd down and 7. Good job of the group from Ringling to kind of stretch that one out. And on the stop was Drake Stapleton. What do you got for 3rd and 7 here?
3rd and 7, I wouldn't be surprised the play and the kind of flat play out in the flat we saw a lot last year to Warner.
9:40 left in the first half of play. 3rd down and 7. Play clock down to 3, and they're not going to get it off in time, and they will take a timeout. We will as well. 9:34 left in the first half of play. It's the second timeout of the first half taken by the Tigers. They trail 7-0 on Classic Hits 97.7.
When it comes to funeral homes, there are several to choose from. But choosing a funeral home that is locally owned offers the advantage of the local owners who are involved right here in the community, helping you during your time of need. Greer Funeral Home owners Carson and Stacy Van Zant are perfect examples of owners who offer that family-like connection that you'd expect from a friend and a neighbor. Greer Funeral Home in Mangum and Granite, providing dignity and respect.
All right, so tell me what you've got here. 3rd down and 7, down 7-0. 9:34 left in the first half of play.
Well, last season we saw a screen play, kind of a slip screen in the flat, and we saw that many times to Warner. And if he's able to get the ball down over there, he can make up a lot of real estate really quick.
All right.
And I wouldn't be surprised if we saw that, if not now, sometime soon.
So let's see how clairvoyant our music teacher from Navajo is. 3rd down and about 7. Mangum trying to keep the drive alive and keep the football out of the hands of this group from Ringling. Laughlin wants the throw, flush from the pocket, and he's back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Boy, I tell you what, when you're dropping back as a quarterback and you're turning and looking at guys defensively, you know you're in serious trouble.
There's no time for a play to develop whenever there's guys as deep in the field as you with the other colored jersey on, that's for sure.
So Mangum will have to punt the football away. This is their 3rd of the night. This time Henry will kick with what little wind there is. Back here on the near side, set to receive Scotty Paul. 8:55 and running in the first half of play. Play clock down to 4. Mangum late getting players on the field, and they won't get this thing off. Wow. Delay of game here, and you know, a lot of times when you make mental mistakes early in a season, it's with the kicking games. Folks forget that they're supposed to be out there on punt coverage or kick coverage. So, yeah.
You get caught watching the game like
yes,
I have
you
a
do.
few times, and I've been late on getting the plays in. I understand, Michael.
So instead of 4th and 7, it now becomes 4th and 12, and it will allow the receiver, Scotty Paul, to move up to his own 40-yard line. Lopez with time, punt on its way, low line drive. Paul makes the catch at the 40, 35. He comes to the 40, 45, makes a move, still on his feet to the midfield stripe, and is tripped up there about the 48-yard line. Shoestring tackle by Bernard Bailey, but great field position for the Blue Devils. 1st and 10 at the Mangum 48-yard line with 8:43 left here in this first half of play.
And a punt like that, it's sometimes hard to cover because it gets to the receiver so quickly. You don't have much opportunity to get your defenders down there, and that's kind of what we saw there. Pretty decent return.
Some great field position, as we mentioned. So Van Buskirk going to work from underneath center. They'll go with a I formation, does this group from Ringling. The tailback here will be Chandler Roberts. 8:43 left in the half. Van Buskirk, long time underneath center. Now he'll fake the handoff, wants to throw, does here the flat. Pass is caught. It'll be a short gain. Not a lot of room here on the near side for Ethan Johnson. And he may give him a yard on the play. The official line of scrimmage was the 49. They will give him the 48. It'll be 2nd down and 9 from there. 8:38 left in the first half of play. Sometimes folks will ask, why do you run a play like that to the short side of the field? It's so somewhere down the line you fake that play and then Find out if anybody's at home on the backside.
It opens up the other side of the field for sure.
Second down and 9. 8:38, first half of play. Ringling on top, 7-0. Van Buskirk, deep handoff. And what a hit in the backfield. Ball came loose, and Mangum recovers it. Bernard Bailey with the shot. As he hit the tailback, Chandler Roberts lost the football. And the recovery made by Corbin McGill.
And welcome to the last day of August. Wowzers.
And, we have all this talk about tackling and how you should tackle and everything else. That right there, my friends, is how you tackle a ball carrier. Big hit there. Let's see if Mangum now can take advantage of the break. They trail 7-0, 8:33 left in the first half of play. Football setting at the Mangum 49. Laughlin wants to roll right side. Boy, he's just got all kinds of pressure. Colton Laughlin, just a man running for his life right now. Again, the penetration on that far side looked like it was River Miller, and it was. Miller and Justice Davis in the middle of that one, and loss of 4, second down and 14.
Wonder if there's some confusion going on assignments on the line, because the eye test looks to me like it might favor the Tigers, at least in size.
Yeah, they're getting beat, that's for sure. Second down and 14, 8 minutes and running in the first half of play. Laughlin again wants to throw, again has pressure, flush from the pocket, on the run, far side, ball fake, and now shoved out of bounds, and a late penalty flag, and that's a break there for Mangum. They're going to say that Ethan Johnson hit him late, but Johnson, his forward momentum, it wasn't a malicious effort on his part, and if we were in the NFL, this thing would be,
absolutely, just a little friendly contact, as they were both running their way out of bounds.
And again, I don't care for that. That's personal foul, dead ball, and it'll move the ball across the 50-yard line and stuff. And you folks out in San Diego, thought I was being biased. Well, maybe I am, because it's the Mangum people who pay me, but that's a call that shouldn't have been made. I understand why it was made. Sometimes I play an official, and I know what it's like, but that's one that, in the grand scheme of things, probably should not have been called.
You think they're trying to set a tone this early in the season?
Yeah, and I don't quarrel with that. You err on the side of safety. So Mangum, big break there, first and 10, 39 yards of Ringling, 7:51 left in the first half of play. Perry in motion. They want to run an option to him. Laughlin will keep it, and then fake it, and then keep it, and get clobbered at the 39-yard line. Give Ringling credit. They are doing a great job of spreading out the field. Stewart in on this time. Got some help as well. Coming down the line, Justice Davis. Ethan Johnson there again as well. Second and 10, 7:25 left in this first half of play. Mangum down 7-0. They work from right to left on your listening device. Laughlin, again, long time getting the play from the sidelines. Play clock has wound its way down to 5. Colton with 4, snaps it, comes near side, throws, pass for Warner, too tall, incomplete. It'll be third down and long, and he had to put air on that because River Miller was in his face.
He had to cough that up at least a step or two sooner than he wanted to. If he could have got set, he probably could have hit Warner wide open out there, but just not enough time for that play to develop.
You bring up a good point. Happy Feet is a funny movie, but doesn't do you much good if you're a quarterback. So it'll be third down and 10. Mangum will go with 2 wide receivers up top, 2 here on the near side, and Warner in the pistol formation. Now they'll send Perry in motion. Brett, little razzle, little dazzle. Laughlin throws the ball. He gets clobbered, and the pass is incomplete. Well, they went with the handoff to Perry, then he handed it off to Webb, and then he pitched it back to Laughlin, and Laughlin nearly got his arm torn off his shoulder. Fourth and long. Got a punt here, don't you? 6:58 left in the half.
You better punt, yeah. Absolutely better punt here.
All right. 6:58 left in the first half of play, so Lopez going to come in and punt. Dropping back to receive the punt will be Scotty Paul. And again, got to play assignment football here. You're in the middle of this slugfest and don't want to give anything cheap away, only down 7-0. Plenty of time here, and low line drive kick away from Paul this time, and it will roll inside the 5 all the way down to the 4-yard line. Nice kick there by Henry Lopez. Update from Travis Reese. Travis telling us we're in the top of the 4th inning, and Calera leading Mangum 2-1. Calera in front of Mangum 2-1. They play in the top of the fourth at Tuska. So a good job that time by Mangum pinning this group from Ringling deep in their own territory.
And Lopez did a good job, firstly, of keeping it away from the ball returner. Yeah. And, when it rolls out that beautifully, they feel like you did a pretty good job.
Take a golf shot like that on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon. How about you?
I would take them every day. Yeah, you bet.
All right, so they have Ringling backed up now. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils. And they say it's about the 3-yard line. And now we have got a stoppage of play and a conversation going on.
You don't think there might be a little jaw-jacking going in there on the first game of the season, do you?
It may have something to do with the football, yeah.
Okay.
They don't have the football in there that they want. Each team brings their own footballs and is allowed to use them. And that was the question right there, yeah. So
call Tom Brady, huh?
Well, I knew that you were going to make some sort of statement about Pretty Boy. NFL season kicking off a week from Sunday. Actually, it'll get underway a week from last night. They'll play that Thursday night affair. And then everybody else on that Sunday. So 1st and 10 now. Van Buskirk and company shadow their own goal post. Had to get that cliche in there. I formation, turn, handoff deep. Good block on the near side. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9-yard line. On the carry will go Chandler Robertson. Oh, my goodness. There was an official that got blasted at about the 13, 14-yard line, and he is flat on his back at the 15-yard line. That is scary right there. He got caught up in traffic and got hammered. We will take a timeout. 6:39 left in the first half of play. 7-0 ball game. Classic Hits 97.7.
The Hamburger Inn in Mangum continues to be that special place people have enjoyed for generations. Good food prepared by your neighbors in a laid-back atmosphere where you really feel at home. Breakfast, lunch specials daily, and the famous fish fry every Friday night. Or a great steak dinner on Saturday night. But you guys know about the Hamburger Inn in Mangum. We'll see you there.
Taking care of your family is easy and convenient at the JCMH Family Care Medical Clinic in Mangum. Located at 114 South Lewis Tittle in Mangum, Dr. Lonnie Perryman and nurse practitioner Patty Burks provide a comprehensive, full-service family practice, including care for children and adults, including geriatrics. Call 782-3393 for appointments at the JCMH Family Care Medical Clinic in Mangum.
Mangum Brick Company has been operating since the early 1900s. They're the largest private employer in Greer County. Mangum Brick is proud to support high school athletics radio broadcasts. And if you know of someone looking for work, always check with Mangum Brick, as they may be hiring.
For top-notch heating and air conditioning service and installation, you can rely on Payne's Heating and Air, serving Southwest Oklahoma and North Texas from their headquarters in Mangum, Oklahoma. With years of experience and hundreds of satisfied customers, call Payne's Heating and Air Conditioning at 799-5130, 799-5130.
Well, they have gotten the official to a setting up position, which is always a good sign. And I know you noticed it when we came in. There was EMS and fire department officials and trucks and everything else when we came in, so there's plenty of personnel to tend to the official. It looked like, again, I saw it out of the corner of my eye, but it looked like he got caught up in traffic and may have gotten hit by one of the players inadvertently, was off balance and just really couldn't regain his balance. And probably the worst thing about that, the collision wasn't the worst thing. He just kind of fell in an awkward position and hit butt first. And, boy, you do that, and, I mean, that's going to get your attention in a hurry.
You can get you a little stinger that way pretty quickly.
Well, yeah, and he's right now kind of feeling towards that left shoulder, that left collarbone area, trying to put it down behind him to help catch that fall. So always a good sign that the guys that you're working with got a big smile on your face, and they're saying, boy, the car ride home is going to be a whole lot of fun, because we're going to talk about that one for a while.
Making memories here on a Friday night, Michael.
Yeah, well, yeah, memories that you get laughed at. I think they're going to let him maybe set down for a little while. He continues to hold that left arm and shoulder area kind of gingerly. Big smiling, big fella. I mean, a big, tough guy. But when you are the umpire, that is the worst place to be.
It being in the middle, absolutely. That is danger zone. There's just too much commotion happening, and it's easy to find the soil pretty quick.
The officials who wear those letters on their backs. You see that guy with that U. He's right in the middle of it. And, the NFL really did some service to the umpires years ago. They changed where the umpire would set up because they were getting guys run over. This fast-paced, high-speed offenses that we see now, they were getting just clobbered. So let's hope the gentleman is okay, and apparently he is, left under his own power. 2nd down and 5 now. Van Buskirk and company, after all that, go back to work. They lead 7-0. We're here in the first half of play. 6:39 left in period number 2. Deep handoff, left side. That's Chandler Roberts. And Roberts, does he get down to the 13, maybe the 14-yard line? And a good open field tackle there by Henry Lopez. Stacy Dalen in the tackle as well. And Stacy, big player, big hitter last year and continuing here in 2018 as well.
Now, Stacy, I don't know what his tackle total was for last season, but it had to be up there at the highest on the team.
Midway point, quarter number 2. Mangum looking for a defensive stand here. Deep handoff and first down across the 15, 16, and 17-yard line. Goes the tailback, was in Justice Davis. There's Cash Lyle instead, so Lyle on the carry, but he does pick up the first down. Bernard Bailey helping out on the stop. Jerry Skinner there as well, and coming off his defensive edge was Latham Ketchum. We talked a lot about Latham tonight. He's done a nice job, but it's a first down nonetheless for this group from Ringling. They lead 7-0. And again, just smash mouth football right now. Van Buskirk underneath center. Deep handoff and big hole right side. Good job by Lyle breaking tackles across the 35 across the 25, to the 27, 28, now the 29-yard line. He'll pick up a first down. Brett Perry in on the stop, but again, 13, 14 yards downfield.
And that is some smash mouth football, just as you said, just straight up the middle, making your way. Those are hard-earned yards.
Well, the thing about Ringling that has been so tough here so far tonight, they've got several different tailbacks they can run in there, and they get fresh legs on a regular basis. Lyle, the only scorer of the night, he went 25 in the first quarter play. Loose ball on the floor. Battle for it. Mangum's got one fumble recovery, but the White Hat says this will be a second down. Trying to come up with that loose football was that wide body Jason Shandy. Shandy couldn't quite get it away from the quarterback, Van Buskirk. It'll be second down and 11. Looked like maybe that time Van Buskirk pulled away from the center just a shade too quickly. If I had people that big standing across from me telling me everything about my mama, I'd want to pull away from the line of scrimmage quickly as well.
Get away there as quick as possible, absolutely.
That's why I played running back. I was about 7-8 yards off the line of scrimmage. Second down and 11. And again, Lyle with a handoff right up the middle, breaking tackles, dragging people with him all the way out to the 39-yard line. They'll give him the 40. It looked like Cash Lyle was going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. He just kept pushing the pile and got himself a first down. Wow.
And at the end of the play, there had some help to get that extra push to get that first down.
Well, remember, you can push the pile. You can't push the player. And it wasn't like he was carrying little tiny tots either. Jerry Skinner was one of those that was holding on, along with Chris Harper. And finally, jumping on top from behind and helping him make the play was Fisher Webb. But a first down for Ringling. 3:40 left in the half. Van Buskirk going to keep it himself and maybe eke out a yard. Boy, he got crunched big time. Bernal was there, Skinner as well, and also getting up off the pile again would be Chris Harper. Second down and 9, 3:25 left in the first half of play. Well, we're hearing from our special correspondent, Ryan Lane. And he let me know Matt Terry got his first win last night. Yep, Ryan, I know that. Thank you for the update, buddy. We appreciate it. Second down and 9. Van Buskirk keeps it himself, has the 45 and more, 50. And he makes a move, cuts inside a tackler at about the 42-yard line. He'll get the 40 and inside the 40, all the way down to the 39. Finally making the stop for Mangum was Fisher Webb. But with 3:01 left in the first half of play, an impressive drive so far for Ringling. It started at their own 5-yard line.
And there's some of those impressive legs as you're talking about, whether they're fresh or they could just run new ones on there. You give them a little bit of gap, and it takes a long time until your safeties can stop that play.
2:45 and running in the first half of play. Ringling trying to add to the lead. Van Buskirk wants to throw. Has time, got a man wide open, and the pass is knocked away at the last second. Great job by Trayvon Dickey because Paul was wide open and ready to score a touchdown. But you talked about it when we were coming here, the blazing speed of Trayvon Dickey, and you saw it right there.
Absolutely. Dickey can put a lot of yards on in a hurry. And as you said, that kept a touchdown from being in the end zone.
Dickey was what we like to call burnt. He was a piece of toast there, able to recover and use that great speed to swat it away. Nice play by Trayvon. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. 2:38 left here in the first half of play. And Buskirk underneath center. Long snap count. Fakes the handoff, rolls near side, wants to throw. Flush from the pocket. Little ball fake, gets a block, has the 35, and is finally knocked off his feet at about the 27-yard line. Fisher Webb makes the tackle there. Give credit downfield. Great stock blocking there by Cage Calvert. Was that Calvert there for, it was for this group from the Ringling Ball Club. Blocking downfield and giving room that time for Van Buskirk to pick up the first down.
A lot of speed and great effort by Buskirk just to turn that corner and make his way positive yards.
And apparently he got out of bounds, saving a timeout. 2:29 left in the first half of play. Ringling with 2 still remaining. Shotgun formation this time for Scotty Paul. Paul now in at quarterback, wants to keep the football, has room left side. Penalty flag will fly. Giving chase is Brett Perry, and Perry will knock Paul down at about the 19-yard line. But this one is going to come back. 2:22 left in the first half of play. 7-0 score.
I saw Mangum Tiger down in the backfield. I'm guessing he had some help getting on the floor.
So you're going to say illegal use of hands, huh?
Illegal use of hands, you betcha.
And there was the call. Penalty flag sitting at the 24-yard line. 2:22 left in the first half of play. So obviously Mangum will take the penalty. And as that cheer goes, push him back, way back. By the way, coming off the field, taking off his gloves, Scotty Paul. That's one thing. When you're a wide receiver or running back, you want those gloves with the stickiness on there. QB, on a hot night like this, you don't want any gloves on. So they'll mark out the 10 yards from the line of scrimmage and move, or not from the line of scrimmage, but from the point of the infraction to move it back to the 34-yard line. And brings up a first down at 19, and they'll start the clock. 2:15 and running here in this first half of play. Paul going to go underneath center this time. Single back look. Hands it off. That's Cash Lyle, and Lyle still on his feet, spun inside the 30, down to about the 27-yard line. He had one leg that was being held on to by Bernal, tried to spin away from it. Stetson Ryan got to finish him off, and he'll pick up about 7, brings up a 2nd down and a dozen now. Clock down to 1:40 left in the first half of play.
Well, you mentioned it at the beginning of this drive that Ringling has just been playing some smash-mouth football, and it's been perfectly on display this drive.
Back in at quarterback and underneath center, Van Buskirk. Single back look, that is Cash Lyle. 1:25 left in the first half of play. Movement, and again, the officials a little bit slow with the whistles and the flags. Given the reaction of the Ringling kids, it's against them. Mangum did come into the neutral zone, but it looked like somebody from Ringling moved first, and you could see Van Buskirk kind of drop his head after the whistle blew and the penalty flag flies.
And there was definitely a collective sigh on the home team side.
How about this? Encroachment called against the Tigers. So,
surprise, surprise.
1:23 left in the half. 5 yards closer will come the Blue Devils. Makes it 2nd down and about 6 here. Clock stop with 1:23 left here in this first half of play. Ball setting at about the 22-yard line. 1:15 remaining, and Blue Devils not showing any panic at all. Got a couple of timeouts deep inside Mangum territory. Van Buskirk sets his offense. Long snap count. Play clock is at 5. He fakes the handoff, wants to go upstairs, middle of the field, got a man wide open. Touchdown. The catch is made. That is pitch and catch. Oh, so easy. Little wheel route through the middle.
And with the play taking that long to develop, I got to think that the Tigers might have just lost some concentration, think they were stacking up for a big run. And there he is wide open to the middle of the field.
Well, yeah, Ethan Johnson just came out of the backfield, swung around, went right down the middle of the field and stood in the end zone, waited for the football to come his way. So Johnson with the pitch and catch and the touchdown. That makes it 13-0. Duchesne Paul in to try the extra point. Snap is bobbled, ball loose. Paul picks it up, scrabbling for his life, being chased, and then falls down. Fisher Webb was on his tail. So the extra point no good, but with 1 minute left in the first half of play, the lead now 13-0. Ringling over Mangum on Classic Hits 97.7.
Mangum Oil and Gas at 1306 North Lewis Tittle offers so many services. From fuel at the C-store to the self-serve car wash, getting propane bottles filled or propane delivered to the home and farm, even U-Haul services. It's no wonder so many folks head to Mangum Oil and Gas, where they say, "Go Tigers."
What does it mean to be a Mangum Tiger, you ask? Well, we are one town, one school, and one family. We may be a small town, but we have big dreams and a bright future ahead of us. This is Lori Laughlin from Stockman's Bank, member FDIC, and we are so proud to support the Mangum Tigers.
Justin O'Neill, Michael Barnes in a veritable cast of thousands throughout the country, and who knows, maybe the world, checking out the broadcast on Classic Hits 97.7. oksports.com or on our Facebook page. And again, go to Facebook, search Classic Hits 97.7, and you will find us. By the way, if you'd like, when you find that 97.7, download that thing, and you can listen to Michael in the morning, every morning, Monday through Friday, 6 to 10.
Friday.
Yeah.
Start your day and end your day with
yeah.
Michael Barnes.
Classic Hits 97.7. Well, I'm Michael in the morning when I want, that morning show thing. How about the drive there by Ringling? 95 yards. And the little pitch and catch on the touchdown pass from Van Buskirk to Ethan Johnson, who was wide open in the end zone.
And talk about chewing up some clock. That got us home a little quicker. I'm going to give it the old kiss of death.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for doing that. Zach Cargill now set to kick the football away. Zach, 6'4" and 320 is what it says in the program. Wow. Trayvon Dickey here on the near side. Brett Perry up top. Cargill ready to kick the football away. Big guy puts a toe into it. High end over end kick. Brett will make the catch at the 10. Goes far side to the 15. Looks for a block. And now cuts it upfield and is rocked at about the 18-yard line. Little high-low action there. Travis Wade down low. And looked like making the hit up high was Chandler Roberts.
And you got to know, with Perry, he always has a target on his back. And, boy, those boys found him quick on that return.
All right, they have gone now to the end of the fifth inning. Calera leading Mangum 3-1. That is from Travis Reese. Calera 3, Mangum 1, into 5 at the Tuska tournament. So with 53.2 left in the first half of play, you only have one timeout remaining. If you are William Dickey, do you just simply let the half run out?
I would think so. It's a long ways to go, and we've already seen the ball go up for grabs before, and you don't want to go into the locker room with less score on your side.
All right, so Laughlin will go shotgun formation. He'll throw the screen pass to Perry. Brett gets a block, has the 25. Stiff arm there. He turns the corner, has the 30. Another stiff arm, 35, 40, and finally blasted out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. Brett Perry on the screen pass, the best offensive play of the night for the Mangum Tigers.
And what a run play for Perry. He went from one corner of the field to the other just about, and picks up a big gain.
Couple of perfect stiff arms as well. You're going to stiff arm somebody, you got to put your hand right in the middle of their helmet. So they'll mark him out at the 40. It'll be 1st and 10 from there. 41.7 remaining. And, well, we were going to be conservative. And I guess you could say that's a conservative play.
Definitely.
Let your kid make the play.
Absolutely.
Split a couple of wide receivers here out of the near side. Will Mangum. Shotgun formation for Laughlin, 2 up top. 1st and 10. Looks right side. There's your slip screen to Lopez. Henry looking for a block. He'll get it. Has the 45 and is spilled at about the 46-yard line. A gain of 6 on the play. He did not get out of bounds, and that'll bring up a 2nd down and 4. Boy, a lot of clock running here, Justin.
A lot of clock running. I thought he was going to be able to make it to the out of bounds to stop it, but wasn't able to quite get there.
And now Laughlin will take the final timeout of the first half for Mangum with 21.8 left in the first half, and Ringling on top, 13-0.
Folks in Mangum know what to do when they need to quench a thirst, curb a hunger attack, or cool down with an ice cream. They just make the Loop at 918 North Lewis Tittle in Mangum. The Loop, supporting the Mangum Tigers and Lady Tigers.
For over 4 generations, the Willis family and staff have worked to develop their skills, and with improved technologies, they can assure you of a monument that will stand the test of time. Their award-winning designers, expert stonecutters, layout artists, sandblast sculptors, and installation crew are here to serve you. Visit them online at willisgranite.com. Willis Granite Products, with locations in Granite, Oklahoma City, and Stillwater.
Travis Septic Tank Service can handle everything related to septic tank maintenance and cleaning, including commercial applications. Call Travis Septic Tank Services at 580-782-2384. That's 782-2384. Travis says, go Mangum Tigers.
Well, along our network tonight on 1420 KTJS, Hobart is at home entertaining Washington. That is no walk in the park there, as Hobart now a Class A team and in the district with Mangum. Also along the network, Cordell, another team that's inside the district. They're playing on 107 The Zone this evening, and they're taking on the Whippets of O'Keene. So Mangum has used their last time out here. 24 seconds left in the first half of play, down 13-0. They've got the football for second down and 4 at their own 47-yard line. Shotgun formation. Trayvon Dickey here on their side. And you got Garrett Blake in the slot. Now go out on the corner. Pass is caught by Henry Lopez. Lopez spinning and will get out of bounds as he picks up the first down. Finally spun out of bounds at about the 46-yard line. 17.6 left in the first half. They said he was at the 47. First and 10 from there.
Well, as spread out as these Blue Devils are, what do you think about another screen pass to Perry?
Well, you got to be setting up something for Perry, you would think. First down and 10. Laughlin, plenty of time. Wants to go deep. Has a man. Pass. Caught on the far sideline. Was he in bounds? No. Fisher Webb made the catch, but couldn't hold on to the football, falling out of bounds at the 30-yard line. By far the best pass of the evening from Colton Laughlin.
And Colton Laughlin, whenever you give him an opportunity to get set, that was a strike right into the paws, just a little too far off the field.
Yeah, I think the best analogy you can go is like a shortstop who is playing deep in the hole. If he has an opportunity to square his feet and his shoulders, he'll throw the guy out. But if he's throwing on the run, it's a 50-50 opportunity.
Unless you're Andrelton Simmons.
I think he played at Western Oklahoma State College, didn't he?
That would be correct.
Second down and 10, Laughlin, shotgun formation, flush from the pocket, comes near side, throws on the run, got a man open, pass incomplete. Trayvon Dickey fell down, trying to get back up. He did. As the ball arrived, so did Travis Wade, incomplete. It'll bring up a third down and 10, 3.3 left in the first half of play.
And Dickey very nearly making that reception, but that would have likely been the end of the game, or the end of the half, as he was still in bounds.
Well, I like Trayvon did a good job of coming back and mirroring his quarterback, which you like to see from a young man or somebody in the NFL. That's what receivers are supposed to do. They're taught to do. So this should be the final play of the first half of play. 3.3 left in the half. Mangum out of timeouts. Brett Perry going to go in motion, far side, near side. Laughlin, flush from the pocket, rolls to the near side, and he's going to run for his life. And Colton going to get tackled at the 42-yard line. And indeed, the half will come to a close. Good job of pursuit here on the near side by Tanner Wilson along with River Miller. So the first half has come to a close, and Ringling leads it. Blue Devils with 13 on the board. Mangum with nothing. We're at the half. Being brought to you by our good friends at Bratton Drug. We'll come back and have our halftime here on Classic Hits 97.7.
Wondering how Western Oklahoma State College can fit into your future? With 25 degree options and more than 20 student organizations, it's easy to join the Pioneer family. Western offers classes online and on campus, making it simple to fit an education into your schedule. Western's tuition is less than half of a four-year university's and offers many scholarship opportunities. To find out more about how your future is brighter at Western, visit wosc.edu.
Triad Home Health in Mangum is locally owned and offers nursing, physical therapy, occupational, wound care, IV therapy, and more. All administered by people who go above and beyond for you. Phone Triad Home Health today at 580-782-5800. That's 782-5800.
Well, again, the Mangum Tigers trailing at the half as it is a 13-0 ball game. A 25-yard touchdown run right up the middle of the field by Cash Lyle, and then about a 22-yard touchdown pass off the arm of Sam Van Buskirk as he found Ethan Johnson open in the end zone. And that's where we are, 13-0, Justin O'Neill at the half, Mangum trailing. Our halftime being brought to us by our good friends at Bratton Drug. We'll take a timeout and come back. You're listening to Mangum Football on Classic Hits 97.7.
333 Dental Care in Mangum is the dental practice of Dr. Dustin Lively. His experience, skill, and compassion go hand in hand when providing exceptional, up-to-date patient care. Dr. Lively and his team of professionals are proud to help you with the best dental care possible, along with preventive care that will result in a beautiful, long-lasting smile. Call 580-782-2552 or visit the team at 333 Dental Care. They support the Mangum Tigers and Lady Tigers.
The Castle Insurance Agency of Mangum is celebrating 80 years in business and 4 decades of Mangum Tiger and Lady Tiger graduates. The Castle Insurance Agency has had and will continue to have a long-term commitment to support Mangum students on the field and off the field. For auto, home, farm, bonds, crop, oil field, or commercial insurance, please call or stop by the Castle Insurance Agency, 122 South Pennsylvania in Mangum. Call 782-3049. That's 782-3049. The Castle Insurance Agency of Mangum.
Farmers and ranchers need feed or supplies? 4E Feed and Supply in Mangum is farm-owned, so they understand your needs for the farm and ranch. They feature bulk feeds for pickup or they'll deliver. Great brands coupled with fast, friendly service. They have gates and panels, vet supplies, and show feeds too. 4E Feed and Supply supports Greer County school sports and ag activities. 425 East Lincoln in Mangum.
Buy your Mangum Tiger Spirit clothing from locally owned CJ's Tiger Specialty Shop, where you'll find the best selection, quality, and the lowest prices. Greer County items, too. They'll design something especially for your group. CJ's is your one-stop Mangum School Spirit Shop, 1 block south of the high school, Mangum, Oklahoma.
When it comes to getting your prescriptions filled quickly, just have your doctor send them to Bratton Drug in Mangum or Granite Drug in Granite, where competent and friendly pharmacists will quickly fill them correctly. Bratton Drug and Granite Drug are hometown, locally owned pharmacies, and they know you have a choice when it comes to a pharmacy. So they appreciate your business, and they're proud to serve you. That's Bratton Drug in Mangum and Granite Drug in Granite.
The Hamburger Inn in Mangum continues to be that special place people have enjoyed for generations. Good food prepared by your neighbors in a laid-back atmosphere where you really feel at home. Breakfast, lunch specials daily, and the famous fish fry every Friday night. Or a great steak dinner on Saturday night. But you guys know about the Hamburger Inn in Mangum. We'll see you there.
And a reminder for you, the Hamburger Inn will close tomorrow at 2 and remain closed until Tuesday. They are taking Labor Day Monday off. At the half, it is a 13-0 ball game. Mangum and Ringling. And this one, kind of the way we thought it might go. I thought maybe a little bit more running from the Tigers and maybe more that slip screen, which we saw late in the first half of play.
We did see it late, but never saw it really materialize the way it did for us, for the Tigers last season. But the first half of play, we'll see if Coach Dickey can find a few extra holes and see if he can see why some of those blocking assignments might have been missed that had Laughlin on the run so much that first half.
All right, at the half, 13-0, Mangum trailing. Our last update was Calera leading the – okay. Calera was leading the Mangum Lady Tigers in the 5th inning. So we and you've got something different than that right now?
I'm looking, and that's what I see.
Okay, but is that what you see up there? It is a 13-0 ball game. Ringling Ringling leading Mangum at the half as we work out the kinks on Classic Hits 97.7.
Buy your Mangum Tiger Spirit clothing from locally owned CJ's Tiger Specialty Shop, where you'll find the best selection, quality, and the lowest prices. Greer County items, too. They'll design something especially for your group. CJ's is your one-stop Mangum School Spirit Shop, 1 block south of the high school, Mangum, Oklahoma.
When it comes to funeral homes, there are several to choose from, but choosing a funeral home that is locally owned offers the advantage of the local owners who are involved right here in the community, helping you during your time of need. Greer Funeral Home owners Carson and Stacy Van Zant are perfect examples of owners who offer that family-like connection that you'd expect from a friend and a neighbor. Greer Funeral Home in Mangum and Granite, providing dignity and respect.
The Hamburger Inn in Mangum continues to be that special place people have enjoyed for generations. Good food prepared by your neighbors in a laid-back atmosphere where you really feel at home. Breakfast, lunch specials daily, and the famous fish fry every Friday night, or a great steak dinner on Saturday night. But you guys know about the Hamburger Inn in Mangum. We'll see you there.
Taking care of your family is easy and convenient at the JCMH Family Care Medical Clinic in Mangum. Located at 114 South Lewis Tittle in Mangum, Dr. Lonnie Perryman and nurse practitioner Patty Burks provide a comprehensive, full-service family practice, including care for children and adults, including geriatrics. Call 782-3393 for appointments at the JCMH Family Care Medical Clinic in Mangum.
Classic Hits 97.7. Justin O'Neill, Michael Barnes, and you as we roll through this Friday night, 13-0. It is a 13-point lead for Ringling over Mangum as these two teams battled it out in that first half of play. Yeah, ironic thing about it, we talked about that 95-yard touchdown drive of Ringling that was their second score of the night. All of that on the ground until the very end. They go over the top and wide open in the end zone was Ethan Johnson for an easy pitch and catch as the throw from Sam Van Buskirk was right on the numbers.
Right on the numbers, and if I'm a Mangum Tiger, I absolutely would have done the same thing. You think they're going to run. You know, they have 4 downs to get the end zone, and what do you see? A long snap count, and there's a boy in the end zone with the football.
All right, so set the stage for you next week now. And again, non-district affair. Mangum will travel to Walters to battle the Blue Devils again, and they'll make their debut at home 2 weeks from tonight, taking on Apache. So the pre-district schedule is pretty well loaded for these Mangum Tigers.
There's definitely no easy road games. These are some long trips to take, and not the easiest of teams whenever you show up. A lot of good history of football with those 3 teams.
Well, and I've made mention of this a couple of times, and we want to pay homage to you because you've done a great job for us the last couple of years, and certainly this year will be no exception, or at least the last year. But you have changed jobs, and you're now the music teacher over there at Navajo, and it is a big change for you. You get the opportunity to work with kiddos from, pre-K all the way up to high school, is that right?
Absolutely. My youngest student is 4, and my oldest is 18. And I've got quite a few of those 4-year-olds. In fact, today I had a classroom full of pre-K kids, and we were enjoying our time listening to some different rhythms that happen in our world, Michael.
So do you actually sing with these kids? That's what I want to know.
You betcha. I have a little ukulele, as we call it, and I got to play some songs.
Ukulele? I thought it was ukulele.
An ukulele.
Okay.
And we learned how they say it from Hawaii.
Oh, I'm sorry.
An ukulele.
Silly
Michael.
me.
And we all have a great time together, I'll put it that way. These kids are fun.
And while we're in Navajo, we'll talk a little bit about their baseball team, a top 10, actually about a top 15 team, Western Winners Club. They're getting it done this year so far. Impressive.
They have been playing very well. As one loss in the season, I haven't seen a report yet. My phone has been busy trying to keep up with the game tonight to see if they were able to win as they're playing in the Weatherford tournament this evening.
All right, we're at the half here. It is a 13-0 ball game. Mangum trailing Ringling. At the intermission, brought to you by Bratton Drug, and you and I take a timeout. And, before we do that, update from Travis Reese now. They've gone to the bottom of the 6th, and Calera leading Mangum 5-1. So, Lady Tigers in danger of losing back-to-back ball games. They lost earlier 3-2 as they were beaten. And I have to laugh about the juxtaposition. 3-2 ball game. Mangum lost. They won their first ball game of the day at the Calera tournament and then lost to Howe 3-2. Now, my report from roving reporter Jill Nippert says ball game 3-2, them, bad call. But then I read the report from Katie Carney. We lose 3-2 on an international tiebreaker. So it'll be interesting to see how that one unfolds and whether it was a bad call, international tiebreaker, or all of the above. But again, they have gone now to the bottom of the sixth inning, and Calera is leading Mangum by a score of 5-1. At the half here, Mangum trailing 13-0 against the home team, Ringling. We'll take a timeout and come back. Our halftime being brought to you by Bratton Drug here on Classic Hits 97.7.
Mangum Brick Company has been operating since the early 1900s. They're the largest private employer in Greer County. Mangum Brick is proud to support high school athletics radio broadcasts. And if you know someone looking for work, always check with Mangum Brick, as they may be hiring.
For top-notch heating and air conditioning service and installation, you can rely on Payne's Heating and Air, serving Southwest Oklahoma and North Texas from their headquarters in Mangum, Oklahoma. With years of experience and hundreds of satisfied customers, call Payne's Heating and Air Conditioning at 799-5130, 799-5130.
Mangum Oil and Gas at 1306 North Lewis Tittle offers so many services, from fuel at the C-store to the self-serve car wash, getting propane bottles filled or propane delivered to the home and farm, even U-Haul services. It's no wonder so many folks head to Mangum Oil and Gas, where they say, go Tigers.
What does it mean to be a Mangum Tiger, you ask? Well, we are one town, one school, and one family. We may be a small town, but we have big dreams and a bright future ahead of us. This is Lori Laughlin from Stockman's Bank, member FDIC, and we are so proud to support the Mangum Tigers.
All right, our thanks to Travis Reese down there at Tuska, and Mangum indeed has lost 2 in a row now in the softball diamond. 5-2 the final score, Calera over Mangum, so they lost a close one to Howe in the second ball game of that tournament. What I tell you, 3-2. Now they lose 5-2 to Calera down at the Tuska tournament. Play a game tomorrow as well. Check other football scores. First, let's go to Class A, and can we do that? Let's see if we can get some Class A scores tonight from around the state of Oklahoma. By the way, they've turned on the air conditioner here today, and I am grateful for that. No, I don't need any water right now. The air conditioner is good enough for me, sir. Thank you so much. Mangum trailing here 13-0 as we play in the first half. Minko in front of Dibble, 7-0. Minko, the Bulldogs, number 7 in the state. Tallahena in front of Wilburton. They've gone to the fourth quarter there. Tallahena in front of Wilburton, 22-8. It is Pawhuska in the fourth, leading Oklahoma Union 24-0. Holdenville all over Wewoka, 42-13. That's in the third period. Number 7 Chisholm over Fairview, 28-21. Halftime score there. Also, fourth quarter score here. Christian Heritage leading Mount St. Mary 13-0. It is Newkirk in front of Tonkawa, 14-0. They have gone to the fourth quarter there. Slugfest here, number 9 Morrison over number 6 Crescent, 37-12. Bit of a surprise there. Hooker, number 3, trailing Merritt. This is a third quarter score. Merritt 14, and Hooker is at 12. It's Wayne all over Velma Alma. Second quarter score, yikes, 48-6. Woodland leading Sayre, 34-14. It is Cashin in front of Preg, 20-6. Antlers at the half is leading Walters. No, that wasn't Walters. It went away now. You love it when they update. You haven't got Antlers leading Savannah, 40-0. 40-0 that score. Antlers over Savannah. Alva out in front of number 1 Thomas Fay Custer, 28-21. That is a third quarter score. It is Washington, number 8 in 2A, leading Hobart 17-0. And Healdton in front of Marietta. This is a halftime score now, 13-7. Healdton in front of Marietta. At the half here, it's 13-0. Mangum trailing Ringling. Our halftime brought to you by Bratton Drug. And we're back after this on Classic Hits 97.7.
Folks in Mangum know what to do when they need to quench a thirst, curb a hunger attack, or cool down with an ice cream. They just make the Loop at 918 North Lewis Tittle in Mangum. The Loop, supporting the Mangum Tigers and Lady Tigers.
For over 4 generations, the Willis family and staff have worked to develop their skills, and with improved technologies, they can assure you of a monument that will stand the test of time. Their award-winning designers, expert stone cutters, layout artists, sandblast sculptors, and installation crew are here to serve you. Visit them online at willisgranite.com. Willis Granite Products, with locations in Granite, Oklahoma City, and Stillwater.
Travis Septic Tank Service can handle everything related to septic tank maintenance and cleaning, including commercial applications. Call Travis Septic Tank Services at 580-782-2384. That's 782-2384. Travis says, go Mangum Tigers.
All right, let's drop down now to 8-man football, Class C. No surprise here. Tipton getting well after losing to Shattuck in the Week 0 bowl game. They lead Burns Flat-Dill City at the half, 42-6. Tipton out in front of Burns Flat-Dill City. Ryan, the Cowboys, they lead Granfield 16-0. That is a first quarter score. Granfield, a place where William Dickey has coached before. Goodman going on at Mountain View Godibo. Carnegie, the Wildcats, trying to bounce back from a Week 1 loss to Snyder. They lead Mountain View Godibo 38-20. 38-20 the score there. At the half, it is Mangum trailing 13-0 as they play against Ringling. I was looking to see if our official, Justin O'Neill, that got knocked over at about the 15-yard line in that first half of play, is back out on the field. Been able to locate him?
I was checking earlier, and I did not see him return, but I haven't been looking. I've been trying to figure out this newfangled technology that we're working with.
All right, let's go to Class B now. Sealing is stunning Sharon Mutual, the Trojan Man, trailing Sealing 38-0. That is a fourth quarter score. Sealing out in front of Sharon Mutual. And again, that's a big surprise there. Ringwood beating number 4 Timberlake 39-6. It is Regent Prep. We saw them last year when they lost 106-56. Regent Prep has 48. They've beaten Peru now. This is a final. Just went final, 48-0. They beat them at the half. Also, looks like another run rule bowl game for the Snyder Cyclones. They lead Waukomis 48-0, and they'll come out at halftime, kick the football. Nobody scores. It'll be a bowl game. One other score, Cyril leading Corn Bible Academy 30-16. Our halftime score, 13-0. Ringling in front of Mangum. Blue Devils get the ball to begin the second half after we take this time out. Halftime brought to you by Bratton Drug on Classic Hits 97.7.
Wondering how Western Oklahoma State College can fit into your future? With 25 degree options and more than 20 student organizations, it's easy to join the Pioneer family. Western offers classes online and on campus, making it simple to fit an education into your schedule. Western's tuition is less than half of a four-year university's and offers many scholarship opportunities. To find out more about how your future is brighter at Western, visit wosc.edu.
Triad Home Health in Mangum is locally owned and offers nursing, physical therapy, occupational, wound care, IV therapy, and more. All administered by people who go above and beyond for you. Phone Triad Home Health today at 580-782-5800. That's 782-5800.
Well, Justin, you're right. That official that got hurt in the first half of play is not out there, and so they will go with a smaller crew here in this second half of play. Of course, they did that for the better part of that long touchdown drive of 95 yards put together by Ringling. So what are your keys to the second half here, my friend?
Well, I think we just need to do more of the same if you're the Tigers and see if some of those holes open up. The big struggle, though, is going to be on protecting Laughlin as he drops back. They're going to have to make sure to find those where those holes are opening up. And I imagine Coach Dickey was with those boys on the line figuring out exactly who knows where they're blocking.
Well, I thought we were ready to go. The officials were out. The Ringling Blue Devils were out. But guess what?
Coach Dickey's still talking to the Tigers, it looks like.
There are no Mangum Tiger football players out there, and they gave them some extended time. So interesting to see how this thing unfolds here. Our third quarter, when it begins, is brought to you by 333 Dental. Proud supporters of the Mangum Tigers and Lady Tigers. Well, it's a little bit of a hike from the locker room, and maybe the word wasn't gotten to Coach Dickey and company, but this is kind of a strange situation here, Justin.
Well, I know in basketball you just simply, if it takes too long and the referee will just roll the ball out on the court and let a team take it. I don't know the procedure for football to start a half.
You can't kick it to yourself, so. Well, I mean, you can, but get some college football scores in for you. Number 4, Wisconsin is leading Western Kentucky 10-0. That is a 10-0 score, Western Wisconsin over Western Kentucky.
The Blue Devils have taken the field, and there's still no Tigers in sight.
By the way, you'll want to know Serena Williams beat Venus Williams 6-1, 6-2 at Arthur Ashe Stadium. No big surprise there. We kind of thought that would happen. A final from college football now. Duke has beaten Army 34-14. 34-14, Duke over Army. First quarter score. They've now gone to the second period, actually. Number 13, Stanford, all they can get from San Diego State right now. The Aztecs on top of the Cardinal, 7-0. That ball game in the second quarter just getting underway. Colorado leading Colorado State 14-0. That ball game in the first quarter of play. And in the fourth quarter, Michigan State trying to hold on against Utah State, 30-24, 10:23 left in the ball game there. So some college football on a Friday night. I don't like college football on a Friday night. I think it takes away from the high school kids, but you know, how do you recruit kids if you can't? No, never mind. I don't want to get started. By the way, I know you've been worried about this. Nick Saban says he will play both Jalen Hurts and Tui Tagovailoa tomorrow in that bowl game against Louisville. You've been worried about that, I know.
I've been worried, and I'm not a bit surprised in Nick Saban's decision to do that. He very rarely surprises me with what he's able to make decisions of down there in Alabama.
Every time I think of the movie Remember the Titans, I think of him, and I don't know why. I mean, he wasn't in that movie. He was in Blindside, right?
He was in Blindside.
Yeah,
yes.
Okay. All right, so we're still waiting for the Mangum Tigers, and I'll be interested to see if a penalty is not called on Mangum because they have yet to take the field.
It's been a good 5 minutes since
sure has.
The half clock has expired.
13-0. Mangum trailing, and they're not on the field yet. Here they come. Classic Hits 97.7.
333 Dental Care in Mangum is the dental practice of Dr. Dustin Lively. His experience, skill, and compassion go hand in hand when providing exceptional, up-to-date patient care. Dr. Lively and his team of professionals are proud to help you with the best dental care possible, along with preventive care that will result in a beautiful, long-lasting smile. Call 580-782-2552 or visit the team at 333 Dental Care. They support the Mangum Tigers and Lady Tigers.
Well, you know what? There's going to be a big surprise for Mangum. They're not going to get a chance to warm up. They're going to come out and take the football field.
That brings a whole new meaning to hold that Tiger. Held him a little long in the at the half there. I wonder if Coach Dickey has the time changed on the amount of time. I didn't look at the clock for the half to see how many minutes they got.
They had plenty of time. I don't know that the word was able to get back to the locker room. As we mentioned, it's a little bit of ways from the playing field, and that could have been part of the problem. By the way, Tiger Woods tied for 57th as he shot a 1 over par today. And to the Dell Technologies Championship, Justin Rose leading the field. He is at 6 under. And this is all part of the FedEx Express playoffs as they are playing that tournament, trying to get into, $10 million if you win that thing? Is that right?
$10 million annuity, yes.
And they started today. Normally they start on a Thursday. Started today because of the holiday on Monday. They play on Monday, one of the rare times. So after all is said and done, it's only a 5-yard mark-off against the Tigers for delay of game. Wow. Want to thank, by the way, our roving reporters down there at Tusca, including Jill Nippert, Katie Carney, and also Travis Reese, helping keep us up to date on how the Lady Tigers did in that tournament today. They will play again tomorrow, and we'll get that information from one of those three or all three before all is said and done. So Henry Lopez set to kick the football away, back deep. Duchesne Paul here in the middle of the field. A couple of backs here on the near side. That's Marshall Howell up top, Scotty Paul on the near side. And the kick going to go to the far side and into no man's land, and it will didn't make the end zone. They pick it up at the 1-yard line, and here comes Howell to the near side. Gets a block, has the 20, still on his feet, makes a move, and finally going to get corralled. He didn't make the 20. He only made the 15-yard line. Gosh, I got excited for no reason at all. Marshall Howe picked that ball up at the goal line. Thought it was going to go into the end zone. We were talking golf a moment ago. That ball just simply sat down and wouldn't fall in the hole.
It was hanging on the lip right there on the end zone. And he said, I better pick this thing up and run with it.
And he was right, because that is a live football on a kickoff. Wow. Now, Mangum looking for some kind of break. That would have been a nice one there. So 1st and 10, Blue Devils go to work. 11:50 left here in the third period of play. And again, our third quarter brought to us by 333 Dental. Good folks over there. Used to call themselves Lively Dental. That's still their last name. They're just 333 Dental now. So 1st and 10, shotgun formation now for the Blue Devils, and movement on the first play. Scotty Paul back at the quarterback position. His tailback, Chandler Robertson. I don't know that all that time standing on the field waiting for Mangum to come out of the locker room didn't have a mental effect there on this group from Ringling.
Well, it's easy to get a little antsy when you've been standing there waiting to play so long. The Mangum Tigers, they were just, they were none the wiser. And they get out to play, get on the field, and they're ready to go.
Yeah, the only thing about them, they don't have any time to warm up. Of course, it's a muggy night. Don't need a whole lot. So 1st and 15 after the 5-yard mark-off. Deep handoff and across the 10 out to a 12, maybe the 13-yard line. We'll go Chandler Roberts, host of Tigers in on the stop, and leading the charge for Mangum. Jerry Skinner, the big fella. Brett Perry there as well. That'll bring up a second down. And, they said he actually picked up 4 on the carry. Wow, good spot there. It'll be second down and 11. Well, that right foot, left foot thing helped out that time. 11:15 left here in the third quarter of play. And again, a deep handoff and some room here in the middle of the field. It's Chandler Roberts taking it across the 15, out to the 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 before he is finally knocked down. And that'll bring up a third down and about 4. Helping out on the tackle, Henry Lopez, the 4th. Got some help as well from Trayvon Dickey. So, again, you're talking about a couple of guys in the secondary making the tackle downfield.
Looks a lot like the first half, Michael.
Scotty Paul this time underneath center. He'll go I formation. Deep handoff and right up the middle of the field, picking up the first down and more. Still on his feet, look out. Spin move there. Here comes Cash Lyle across the 45, out to the 48 and 49-yard line. Cash Lyle. That is the second time tonight we have seen him make a spin move in traffic. The first time led to a 25-yard touchdown run. Here he picks up big yardage and gets the first down all the way out to the 48.
And as you called it, that's Mangum secondary was probably getting pretty worn out as they're having to make plays, and they weren't able to wrap him up there, and he got big gain.
Brett Perry makes the tackle about 25 yards downfield. 1st and 10. Here comes this group from Ringling. And again, deep handoff. Lyle, all kinds of room. Penalty flag will fly as Cash is finally knocked down, and instead it's Justice Davis. Davis on the carry down to the 45, but this one will come back. As in on the stop, J.T. Schrum for Mangum. Got some help as well. Bless you. From Trayvon Dickey. Jerry Skinner was there too, but again, going to get a penalty flag here. We've got a hurt player as well. Can you help me out on that one there, Justin?
Can't get a number.
All right, so timeout being taken here. 10:09 left in the third quarter. Mangum trailing 13-0. More Classic Hits 97.7.
The Castle Insurance Agency of Mangum is celebrating 80 years in business and 4 decades of Mangum Tiger and Lady Tiger graduates. The Castle Insurance Agency has had and will continue to have a long-term commitment to support Mangum students on the field and off the field. For auto, home, farm, bonds, crop, oil field, or commercial insurance, please call or stop by the Castle Insurance Agency, 122 South Pennsylvania in Mangum. Call 782-3049. That's 782-3049. The Castle Insurance Agency of Mangum.
A couple of different penalties on that play. There is a holding downfield near where the injured Tiger is, and then there was a block in the back at the end of the tackle. Still haven't been able to see who they're trying to get off the field. Our vision is being blocked out by one of the training staff. So 2 penalties on the play. Holding, That one will be accepted. The push in the back downfield is not accepted, so they mark it off from the point of infraction, and that'll take it back to the 43-yard line. Line to make for a first down, the 42 of Mangum. 10:09 left here in this third quarter of play, and a 13-0 ball game. Right now, Justin, I mean, Blue Devils are saying, you know what, we're going to line up and come right at you. Stop us if you can. And so far, Mangum has struggled to do so.
Well, these boys on the Mangum line, I can't tell what substitutions have been made, but there's definitely somebody from that defensive line that went into the sidelines at the end of the play.
All right, first and long now here from the shotgun will go Van Buskirk. And instead it will be Scotty Paul on a busted play, and Paul going to lose big yardage all the way back to the 35-yard line. Paul looking for somebody to hand the football off to, and there wasn't anybody there. And a good job reading the play by Payson Jenkins. Jenkins will knock him back all the way to the 35-yard line. Another penalty flag. This one will be refused by Mangum, as it was illegal movement by this group from Ringling. 10:03 left here in the third period of play. Mangum coming out a little fired up on the defensive side now. The last couple of plays. Paul underneath center. I formation. Turns, hands off. It's Justice Davis breaking tackles. And Cash Lyle instead. Boy, I tell you what, Lyle and Davis, 21 and 23 respectively. And that time it was Lyle out to the 50-yard line. And Lyle will get a bunch of it back after Brett Perry will knock him off his feet at the 49-yard of Mangum. But it brings up a third down, and we'll call it 8. 3rd and 8. Line to make is the 42. The ball sitting just inside the 50. Mangum needing a stop here. And again, at quarterback, Scotty Paul. Interchangeable they are, just like those tailbacks. This time they'll go to Lyle, breaks a tackle of the line of scrimmage, has the 45, still on his feet inside the 40, pushing people all over the place. He won't go down! Finally at the 36-yard line, goes down the tailback, Cash Lyle. Lyle says, I need to come out for a breather here. I think everybody in a black hat had a body on Lyle, and they couldn't knock him down.
And that was all effort there. Talk about yards after first contact. I think just about every single Tiger got a paw on him on that carry. Just wasn't able to bring him down for a long time.
Cash Lyle is a sophomore, by the way, 6 foot 190.
Man, impressive run for a sophomore.
So they'll wind the clock now, 35-yard line, 1st and 10, as the ball rests in the middle of the field for this group from Ringling. 8:50 and running in the third. Travis Wade split out here on the near side. Shotgun formation for Paul. Actually a pistol look. To his left, you'll find Justice Davis. Fake the handoff to Davis, and keeping it is the quarterback, Scotty Paul, ridden down from behind at the 31-yard line. You know, they stop Payson Jenkins. Jenkins got a bit of a bulldog ride there, but a 4.5-yard gain as the ball sits just outside the 30-yard line. It'll be second down and about 5.5 from there. Talked about conditioning, and you look out at some of the big ones up front for Mangum. J.T. Schrum, one of those, gasping for air right now. Scotty Paul to his right. He will have Cash Lyle. It's Davis instead, and I'm having a hard time differentiating those two, but not when they run. They just both run straight ahead and pick up big yardage. And again, that's Davis picking up 3 on the play. It'll bring up a third down and about 3. Schrum in on the stop. Skinner as well, and now Skinner will go to the sideline for Mangum.
And Skinner's needing to catch his breath for sure. He's a boy that looks pretty worn out. He's working hard out there.
Jerry, 5'10", 260, and you're right. He's a little bit gassed right now. Now underneath center, it will be Paul. Scotty going to turn, handoff. That's Lyle back in the ball game. Cash Lyle right up the middle of the field. Cash Lyle inside the 5, down to the 4, and finally ripped down from behind at about the 3-yard line. Touchdown saving tackle right now made by Bernard Bailey. But Again, Cash Lyle just running right up the middle of the field, shredding tacklers on the way.
And I got to wonder if that just might be miscommunication to leave a hole that wide open to get that deep into yardage.
No, I don't think there's any miscommunication. I think his guy's trying to tackle somebody up high, then they cannot get it done. One thing about Cash Lyle, he runs straight up and down. And you better hit him down low or he's just going to shrug you off up high. First and goal movement here. Lyle into the end zone for the touchdown. No penalty flag on the play, is there?
I see no yellow.
Boy, it sure looked like the tackle and right guard got off a half a beat early for Ringling, but there is no penalty on the play. So with 6:52 left in the third quarter, the lead is now 19-0. Ringling, and they'll try the two-point conversion, I would think, here. Second touchdown of the night for Lyle. He's got one of 25 and one of 2 yards. And again, his club now leads at 19-0. And they will go for the two-point conversion. Remember, had a botched snap attempt on that other one. Now a penalty flag will come out. And the white hat doing some counting. And we've got illegal participation. Will be the call on Ringling.
Couple too many blue hats out there.
Well, again, early in the season, you're just going to kind of do that. Guys think they're supposed to be on the kickoff team or supposed to be on the extra point team, and then you change it from extra point to 2-point, and that's what happened there. Well, now the coaching staff says we're not going to go for 2, let's go for 1. How about that? Wow.
Back him up a little bit, huh?
Well, the kick will originate from the 14-yard line to Shane Paul, 1 for 1 when he kicked the ball. Line drive here, and he is now no good, wide left. So 1 of 3 now for extra points to Shane Paul and this group from Ringling. But again, the Blue Devils are on top, 19-0. 6:52 left in the third. It's brought to us by 333 Dental on Classic Hits 97.7.
Farmers and ranchers need feed or supplies? 4E Feed and Supply in Mangum is farm-owned, so they understand your needs for the farm and ranch. They feature bulk feeds for pickup or they'll deliver. Great brands coupled with fast, friendly service. They have gates and panels, vet supplies, and show feeds too. 4E Feed and Supply supports Greer County school sports and ag activities. 425 East Lincoln in Mangum.
Buy your Mangum Tiger Spirit clothing from locally owned CJ's Tiger Specialty Shop, where you'll find the best selection, quality, and the lowest prices. Greer County items, too. They'll design something especially for your group. CJ's is your one-stop Mangum School Spirit Shop, 1 block south of the high school, Mangum, Oklahoma.
Another long touchdown drive for Ringling. This one 85 yards. And they now lead at 19-0. And again, Justin O'Neill, it's right up, and it's nothing fancy. I mean, it's just coming right at you and running right over the top of you, right up the middle. That time a 2-yard touchdown run for Cash Lyle.
Well, there's no secret to this. You just got to make good form tackles whenever you get a chance to get on a ball carrier and make sure that he doesn't get past you.
Zach Cargile, all 320 pounds of him. And I often wonder, a guy this big, how does he want to become a kicker? You know what I'm saying? Cargile, high and over end kick here on the near side. Dickey will make the catch at the 18, retreat back to the 15. Looks for a block on the far side, gets it, has the 20. Little stutter step, 25, 30, 35, and finally the whistles will blow. He said Trayvon stepped out of bounds at the 37-yard line, it looks like. It'll be 1st and 10 from there. How quick is Trayvon Dickey down that far sideline?
Yeah, he retreated there for a second, then he started making positive yardage. He got there in a hurry down that sideline. I thought he was going to be down about the 20, but good effort by Trayvon.
Well, now they say that he stepped out at the 34. Let's try to watch that official here on the near side, the head linesman, see where he puts his spot. He was at the 37, and they said, not so fast, my friend. Let's come back 3 yards. So they'll call it 1st and 10 at the 34. And, boy, I tell you what, if Mangum wants to get back in the ballgame, this is the drive. They've got to get something done here, Justin O'Neill.
That's right. Clock is ticking away in a big way, so they need to definitely get some positive yards and get a score on the board.
6:43 left in the third quarter, and they trail by 19 to the Tigers. And again, some confusion. And I think the confusion is the line of scrimmage. They originally said the 37. Now they're moving it back to the 34. You look at the kids from Ringling. They're lined up on the 37-yard line.
They are. They're ready to play football on the 37.
Plus, we're jicky-jacking around with footballs again. All right, so they've decided the 34. They will keep the football they have, and we'll go to work. Wow. So 1st and 10 for Mangum. Shotgun formation. Colton Laughlin been there most of the night. Movement by the Tigers. Inside handoff. Brett Perry not even back to the line of scrimmage. Wouldn't have made any difference. As hit on the stop was Ethan Johnson, but a little twitch here. And they'll decline that one. Yeah, illegal procedure. Going to be declined. It'll be 2nd down and 10. They said Perry did get back to the line of scrimmage. But again, early in the season, you're wanting to make a statement. You're getting beat 19-0, and you can't score all 19 in one play. But boy, you can sure try.
Well, what you want to do is you want to put some positive thoughts in your head by playing good smash mouth football, just the way these Ringling Blue Devils have done, and build you some confidence one drive at a time. As you say, there's not such a thing as a 19-point play in this game we call football.
Positive thoughts. I heard that equals good shots. 2nd down and 10. Shotgun formation. 2 backs either side. Laughlin. Colton wants to throw. Has time. Going to go upstairs. Got a man down the far sideline. That's Lopez. And the catch is made at the 25-yard line. It's not Lopez. Instead, that will be the other speedster out on the side. Fisher Webb. Webb got behind the defense, and Laughlin put it right on his hands. He'll make the catch. 1st and 10, 25-yard line.
There might not be a 19-point play in football, but big plays like that can sure get you a lot closer to your goal.
Well, one thing I like there, they gave max protection as well to Laughlin, kept the 2 running backs in there to block for him. So 1st and 10, Colton again from the shotgun. Plenty of time. Pump fake, going to go into the end zone. Pass is incomplete. And even if it had been caught, it wouldn't have counted because Mangum's wide receiver had gone well beyond the end line trying to catch that football.
He was on his way to Waurika, I think.
Some Canadian League football there. 2nd down and 10. The folks here in the press box loved that joke. Good job. You get a reaction from the crowd. That's
I don't have very many of them, but when I get them, Michael,
Trayvon Dickey. Dickey was so far towards Waurika, thank you, that he nearly ran into the scoreboard. 2nd down and 10. 6:19 left here in the third. Play clock is down to 3. Laughlin will get it off. Inside handoff. Big hole, middle of the field. Running hard inside the 15 down to about the 14-yard line will be the tailback, Jalen Warner. Boy, Warner that time pinned his ears back and ran to the goal line. So 1st and 10, they marked him down just outside the 12. Somebody lit a fire underneath Jalen Warner on that run. Midway point, quarter number 3. 1st and 10. Movement. Warner on the handoff, and he'll pick up maybe a yard on the play. Got met by Caleb Stewart. They will give him 1.5. They'll give him 2. 2nd down and 8. Mangum got away with one there, and one of the interior linemen moving prior to the snap count.
Now, how about that effort by Warner the previous play, though? That's the Warner I remember from midseason last year.
Well, you put the ball in his breadbasket, and as I said, both hands over the ball and just simply ran east and west, this time west. Play clock down to 5. 2nd down and we'll call it 7. Option here for Laughlin. Runs into his own man. Ball comes free, and Ringling says they've got it, and the men in the striped shirt said, yeah, they do. Recovery made there by Ethan Johnson. And that play just never did materialize as Mangum, the spacing between the tailback, Brett Perry, and the quarterback, Colton Laughlin, was just not there, and the ball popped free.
And that's one of those where they had opportunity to build on some positive thoughts, and you just hate that close to the end zone to cough up the ball like that. It's just a difficult play.
Justin, you'll remember that's the second time tonight that Mangum has driven deep inside Ringling territory on that end of the field, the west end of the field, only to be turned back by a turnover. An interception, now a fumble. Ringling having a hard time getting personnel in on the field. 5:12 left here in the third. Play clock is down to 5, and they're going to have to take a timeout here. So 5:12 left in the third, and after the timeout, Ringling has taken the momentum away from Mangum. They lead at 19-0. Classic Hits 97.7.
When it comes to getting your prescriptions filled quickly, just have your doctor send them to Bratton Drug in Mangum or Granite Drug in Granite, where competent and friendly pharmacists will quickly fill them correctly. Bratton Drug and Granite Drug are hometown, locally owned pharmacies, and they know you have a choice when it comes to a pharmacy. So they appreciate your business, and they're proud to serve you. That's Bratton Drug in Mangum and Granite Drug in Granite.
The Hamburger Inn in Mangum continues to be that special place people have enjoyed for generations. Good food prepared by your neighbors in a laid-back atmosphere where you really feel at home. Breakfast, lunch specials daily, and the famous fish fry every Friday night, or a great steak dinner on Saturday night. But you guys know about the Hamburger Inn in Mangum. We'll see you there.
So Mangum in the middle of a great drive there. They turned the football over deep inside Ringling territory. In fact, went at 9-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 from there.
And as you alluded to earlier in the first half, Mangum was deep in the into the red zone there of Ringling, and unfortunately 2 different turnovers when you have opportunity to get in there for the score. It just has got to be disheartening for those boys.
All right, let's see if they can rally with a turnover of their own. I believe there's been a fumble tonight on the part of Ringling. Now would be a nice time for a turnover right here.
Absolutely. Never did they need one more in this football game. It'd be great to see them put some good hits on these boys.
All right, 5:12 left in the third period of play. Brought to you by 333 Dental. Mangum trailing 19-0. So 1st and 10, and let's see if they go with Scotty Paul, still quarterback. He's underneath center, I formation. Deep handoff here, and not much happening in that pile. Oh, they're throwing footballs. Now I know what those things were. I saw objects coming our way, and I was getting concerned. So following the football going by me, tackle made out on the edge by Mangum's Jaden Rogers. Rogers, hadn't seen him much this evening, but made a nice play there in the open field. No gain. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Now they've stopped the clock. A conversation taking place. And apparently, well, yeah, I was going to say somebody must have lost their hat. So
yeah.
Now they'll wind the clock. 4:40 left here in the third. Now they're throwing T-shirts. I feel much safer. 19-0 our score. 2nd down and 10. And again, the I formation. Again, the deep handoff coming here to the near side, carrying people across the 15, 16, 17, and 18-yard line will be that man, Cash Lyle. Lyle gets it near the first down, and he did pick up the first down. I'll tell you what, Cash Lyle is just a hoss.
He is getting a lot of extra yards and just carrying some Mangum Tigers with him to get those positive yardage.
So give him the first down on that carry. They'll move the sticks, and the clock keeps rolling. 4:10 left here in this third quarter of play. And again, I formation. Again, he's just going to turn and hand the ball off to the tailback. And this time, well, I said that. I thought Lyle was going to lose yardage, and somehow Cash picks up about 3 on the play. You're just not going to be able to shirt tackle this guy down. Finally dropped by J.T. Schrum. Schrum getting help from Trayvon Dickey and also Henry Lopez. But again, it looked like they had him stopped in the backfield.
In the backfield, absolutely.
He just shrugs people off.
This is the type of runner you have to wrap up for sure.
As we mentioned, 6 foot, 190, and a sophomore. 3:20 left here in the third. Again, they'll go to Cash Lyle, this time on the right side, and he will make it to the 26-yard line. A little extracurricular at the end of that one. And getting off the bottom of the pile for the Mangum Tigers will be Fisher Webb. Webb smallest kid out there, but somehow got it. Well, he's bigger than Trayvon. He got in the middle of the tackle. Tristan Acosta trying to make a block there and got tangled up with one of the Mangum Tigers, and a little extra after the whistle had already blown. 2:40 left here in the third. Ringling doing a great job of running the play clock down each and every play. Deep handoff here, coming to the near side. That is Chandler Roberts, and Roberts in the open field picks up the first down as he will take it across the 30 to the 35. Tackle on the play made again downfield by Fisher Webb. Had some extracurricular activity going on across the field and away from the football, and let's see if this is going to go against Ringling or go against Mangum. The Tigers are clapping as though it will be on the Blue Devils, and it was a hold called on Ringling. Well, you hate to see this, limping off the field. Young man who's had a heck of a night in his debut, Latham Ketchum. So Ketchum has to go to the sidelines. They'll tend to him. And they mark the hold at the 35, so they'll move it back to the 25, and that brings up a third down and 5. 2:25 left here in the third.
You got any fives? Let's go Fish.
What number did you wear in high school, Michael? Number 5. Play clock at 5. I formation, deep handoff, and ball loose. It came free. The exchange wasn't good, and it'll be 4th down. Chandler Roberts dropped the football, and Mangum says we came up with it. And there's a couple of Tigers. Fisher Webb, one of those, saying, hey, we've got the football, but the official showing it's 4th down. So a loss of a yard on the play brings up a 4th down and 6. And Ringling will have to punt the football away. Boy, there was that break we were almost looking for.
We got to like our return team, though. Deep, Ringling kicking this punt from deep in their own territory. Looks like it's going to set up some good field position for the Tigers.
Ian Cox, another one of them big kickers there for Ringling. And timeout going to be taken by Mangum now. They didn't have the right personnel out on the field. Minute 45 left in the third. Mangum trailing 19-0. Should get the football when you and I come back on Classic Hits 97.7.
Buy your Mangum Tiger Spirit clothing from locally owned CJ's Tiger Specialty Shop, where you'll find the best selection, quality, and the lowest prices. Greer County items, too. They'll design something especially for your group. CJ's is your one-stop Mangum School Spirit Shop, 1 block south of the high school, Mangum, Oklahoma.
When it comes to funeral homes, there are several to choose from. But choosing a funeral home that is locally owned offers the advantage of the local owners who are involved right here in the community, helping you during your time of need. Greer Funeral Home owners Carson and Stacy Van Zant are perfect examples of owners who offer that family-like connection that you'd expect from a friend and a neighbor. Greer Funeral Home in Mangum and Granite, providing dignity and respect.
The Hamburger Inn in Mangum continues to be that special place people have enjoyed for generations. Good food prepared by your neighbors in a laid-back atmosphere where you really feel at home. Breakfast, lunch specials daily, and the famous fish fry every Friday night, or a great steak dinner on Saturday night. But you guys know about the Hamburger Inn in Mangum. We'll see you there.
Well, I think that timeout is a break for this group from Ringling, because no doubt the brain trust saying, don't kick the football to that guy that's deep there for Mangum, number 8, Brett Perry. See what Cox does here. No pressure on him. Gets the ball away, end over end. Brett measuring it. Has it on the hop, go by him, and now it's going to roll inside the 30, down to the 28-yard line. Perry trying to time that hop, and ball played him. He didn't play the ball, got by him, and wisely did not try to pick it up. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers. They'll go to work at their own 28-yard line.
That was a good job of covering for the Blue Devils to get there, so Perry didn't even have a chance really to make a good play on that ball whenever it bounced a little haywire.
Put together a nice drive the last time the Tigers had the football. Let's see if they can do likewise here. Minute 34 left in the third. Yet to put any points on the board. Colton Laughlin looking over at the bench. Some confusion. Play clock down to 15. They've already used one of their timeouts here. And now they get a player onto the field late. Yikes. Dalen Stacy. With 5 seconds left on the play clock, they are just now getting to the line of scrimmage. And they're either going to Well, they got the play off. I don't believe it. Laughlin going to run the option down the far sideline, and he'll pick up the first down as he'll take it to the 40-yard line. Well, I guess that's what you do. You lull the opposition asleep, thinking that you're either going to take a timeout or lose 5 because of a delay of game and pick up 11 instead.
Well, there's your new strategy, Michael.
Wow. That'll stop the clock with 1:29 left here in the third. Run that option play to the short side of the field. We saw that so many times last year, and boy, you've got to do everything right to run it to that short side of the field and squeeze things in. And that time, Colton Laughlin Company did so. So 1st and 10, 1:29 left here in the third. They got to work from their own 40. Laughlin, deep handoff here to Brett Perry, and Perry hit after a 2-yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Perry's still on his feet, but they blew the whistle.
Perry met a host of Blue Devils there right at the line of scrimmage. Just really had nowhere to go.
Took on Ian Cox. Cox, 6'5", 290. 2nd down, we'll call it 8.5. As line of scrimmage is the 40.
That's why he slowed down, huh?
Yeah. At the 40.5-yard line. 55 seconds and running here in this third quarter of play. Again, Mangum. Pick up 3 scores in one quarter, going to be tough, but that's what they have got facing them. See if you can make heads or tails out of that one there. Laughlin from the shotgun with time, fires, pass, caught by Perry inside the 40 down to the 39-yard line. Brett Perry, and then we talk about giving time to Colton Laughlin to throw the football, and he threw that one on a rope on the wheel route to Perry. And Brett takes it down to the 37. It'll be 1st and 10 from there. 32 seconds left here in this third quarter of play. Brought to us by our good friends over there at 333 Dental in Mangum. 31.4 left here in the third from the shotgun. Laughlin. Colton going to keep it right up the middle of the field. No, he handed it off instead to Perry, and Perry will take it down to the 35, where he is knocked out of bounds, stopping the clock with 25.4 left here in the third quarter of play. Yeah. The Ringling folks asking for the clock to be wound. The Whitehead says we'll not wind the clock as he was out of bounds. All right. So you got what you need?
Got it taken care of.
All right. I plugged something in wrong, huh? 2nd down and 5. They'll go to Warner, and Jalen does not make it back to the line of scrimmage. He'll get hammered 2 or 3 times. Boy, a lot of stuff going on after the whistle. No flags will fly. But there's some folks, as we get late into the third quarter, are beginning to get a little testy. In fact, that will be the final play of the third quarter, brought to us by 333 Dental in Mangum. 4th period coming up. Stick and stay. Classic Hits 97.7.
Taking care of your family is easy and convenient at the JCMH Family Care Medical Clinic in Mangum. Located at 114 South Lewis Tittle in Mangum, Dr. Lonnie Perryman and nurse practitioner Patty Burks provide a comprehensive, full-service family practice, including care for children and adults, including geriatrics. Call 782-3393 for appointments at the JCMH Family Care Medical Clinic in Mangum.
Mangum Brick Company has been operating since the early 1900s and the largest private employer in Greer County. Mangum Brick is proud to support high school athletics radio broadcasts. And if you know of someone looking for work, always check with Mangum Brick, as they may be hiring.
For top-notch heating and air conditioning service and installation, you can rely on Payne's Heating and Air, serving Southwest Oklahoma and North Texas from their headquarters in Mangum, Oklahoma. With years of experience and hundreds of satisfied customers, call Payne's Heating and Air Conditioning at 799-5130, 799-5130.
Off to the fourth quarter we go. Mangum trailing by a score of 19-0. Our fourth quarter brought to us by Great Plains Bank, member FDIC. And again, as has been the case most of the night, they allow a little extra time at the end of the periods and during some of the timeouts for kids to catch their collective breath. I mean, it's 9:43 now on this Friday night, and still 89 degrees.
I don't blame him one bit for getting a little bit extra time. As I alluded to earlier in the broadcast, it's 100 degrees, Michael. How is it already football season?
And again, the crazy thing of it is we finished, in the second week of November last year, and we were the huddled masses sitting outside in Hooker, Oklahoma. So the fourth quarter about to get underway, and Mangum at times tonight have been able to move the ball offensively, but they have shot themselves in the foot. A couple of deep drives into, as you mentioned, red zone territory, only to turn the football over.
And that definitely shows on the scoreboard. You'd think they'd be able to make at least a couple scores based on where they've been field position tonight, but just haven't been able to make it happen on that end of the field.
They've got a 3rd down and 6 here at the 34-yard line of Ringling. And they go in the left end zone on your listening device. That's the left end zone on your listening device. Laughlin with time from the shotgun. Going to throw one up for grabs, and the pass is incomplete. A lot of contact down there. No penalty flag on the play as Chandler Roberts down there with Trayvon Dickey. Pass incomplete, and it'll bring up a 4th down and 6. And down by 19. Thank you, ma'am. Down by 19 here in the fourth quarter. You've got to go for it. And it's amazing. It's like somebody turns on a giant air conditioner, because every once in a while the wind will blow through that window, and I'm feeling pretty good.
I appreciate it every time, even though it blows our papers to the floor. I'll take it.
Yeah, it can blow my papers every time. And the kind lady to my right does not need to pick them up. I'll just take the cool air. 4th and 6 now. Laughlin. Pump fake, looks right, going to go upstairs towards the corner of the end zone. Pass is caught. And let's see if Lopez was in bounds. They said Henry was. That is a 1st down at about the 4-yard line. Oh, what a pass by Laughlin.
Great pass and a great catch for Lopez to get it down and stay in bounds as he made that grab. That is what the Tigers needed.
Drake Stapleton on the coverage got cramps at the end of that play. Lopez had to come back just a little bit for it, otherwise he scores. So now here you go, Mangum. 11:44 left in the ball game, and an opportunity to put one on the scoreboard. They go with the full house backfield, shotgun formation. Laughlin, ball snapped. He bobbles it, gets it on the bounce, breaks a tackle once, twice, 3 times, still on his feet, and somehow will weave his way back to about the 6-yard line. Oh. Boy, I tell you what, flirting with disaster. Hello, Molly Hatchet. A loss of 3 on the play. 2nd down and goal from the 7. Yikes.
You're right. Disaster averted on that case, Michael. And it was not looking good for the Tigers, but Laughlin able to make at least salvage a little bit out of that play for a loss of 4.
Well, keep in mind, Mangum has turned one over on an interception in the end zone, and they have lost the football inside the 10-yard line on a fumble. 2nd and goal here. From the 7, inside handoff, Perry. Brett looks to get to the outside, runs into a couple of tacklers at about the 5, and he'll get no more. It'll be 3rd and goal from there. 4 blue shirts in the area. Travis Wade leading the way. Also getting off the bottom of the pile, Max Stewart. Got help from Ethan Johnson as well. It'll be 3rd down. Well, I'm going to challenge my offensive lineman and say, look, we're not going to do anything silly here. We're going to load up and see if we can't get into the end zone.
That's right, especially in this situation. It's 4-down territory. We got 2 plays. See if you can make 4 yards.
Lopez split out to the far side. He is the lone wide receiver. They're going to throw the football. Laughlin to Lopez, and that's way too tall, out of bounds, and they'll bring up a 4th down and 5 situation. Wow.
Surprised by that play.
Yeah, I really am.
Lopez, one of his biggest strengths, is able to get open in that one-on-one situation with his legs and his height. And that ball just didn't really have a chance in that coverage.
Well, yeah, even if he'd been open, the pass simply wasn't there. So here we go, 4th down and 5. Dickey split out on the near side. Lopez up top in the slot, Fisher-Webb. Shotgun formation. Now they'll go pistol with Laughlin. Wants to throw. Has time. Flush from the pocket. Got room right side. Rolling. Little jump pass, and it is incomplete. Does a penalty flag fly for face guarding? No. And Mangum will turn it over on downs. Great effort there by Henry Lopez to try to get to the football, but a better job on the defensive side by Duchesne Paul as he stayed right there and knocked the football away. Now Paul's suffering cramps.
It's these cool temperatures, Michael. That's where the cramps are coming from.
Well, that's the third time tonight Mangum has gotten inside the red zone and has come up empty. They trail by 19 to 0. Our fourth quarter brought to us by Stockman's Bank here on Classic Hits 97.7. And actually, that's the Great Plains Bank, sponsor of our fourth quarter here on Classic Hits 97.7. So Duchesne Paul finally gets off the field. He's the guy that slapped the football away when it looked like Lopez may be able to make a touchdown catch. Paul trying to work out some cramps. First and goal from their own 5-yard line. Deep handoff here. Right up the middle comes that man. He's still on his feet. Look out. Cash Lyle to the 30, 35, carrying people all the way out to the 40, 45, and now the 47-yard line. Look at Cash Lyle. Oh, my goodness. Lyle saying, Lamar James, go ahead, get on my back. I'm going to give you a ride down the field.
And Lyle, has he shown us something tonight, Michael? Goodness gracious. The home crowd here in the press booth sure appreciated that effort.
Well, Lamar James, 5'7", 125, trying to drag down a guy that weighs 190. I give credit to Lamar James for getting on for the ride, but he's got to be looking around going, hey, where's my help?
Help me, exactly. Help me. I'm doing all I can.
So from the 5 all the way out to the 48-yard line, the running of Cash Lyle. And now Ringling with 9:30 left of the ball game. A big run there, and look at Justice Davis right through the middle of the field, just shredding tacklers. He'll take it all the way down to the 36-yard line. Another first down, and the Blue Devils whipping Mangum on the line of scrimmage right now.
That's right. This is gut check time for those Mangum Tigers on the line. If they want to keep them out of the end zone, they need to make a big stop right here and show them what they're made of.
So it starts on the 5-yard line. Suddenly they're on the Mangum 36 2 plays later. And they're nothing fancy. Ain't nobody getting fooled by anything. It's like, okay, we're going to line up, hand the ball off to the tailback, give him a 6-yard head start, stop him if you can. So far, they haven't. 3 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Mangum needing a turnover, needing a big play here, and Justice Davis will pick up positive yardage here, give him about 4 on that first down carry. Submarine stop by Brett Perry. Got some help from Bernal as well. And also in on the stop for the Tigers. Was Trayvon Dickey. But again, Mangum just getting shredded up front. 8:25, and now if you're Ringling, you take as much off the play clock as you can. It's down to 4. Deep handoff again. Justice Davis right up the middle of the field. Nobody touches him. He goes into the end zone from 36 yards away. And now it is a 25-0 ball game. Justice Davis. I mean, that's just, hello, we've parted the Red Sea. Come on in and score.
It's not going to take much effort from that young man to get from 34 yards out. He's going to find the end zone really quick with that much green in front of him.
25-0, 8:14 left of the ball game, and remember that is a 95-yard drive. And what was it? 5 plays?
5 plays, and that would be their second 95-yard drive of the night.
By the way, the normal place kicker, Duchesne Paul with cramps, so Marshall Howell with the extra point try hits the goal post, and it goes through. How about that?
A little trick shot there, Michael.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, as we say on the golf course, sometimes we make shots like that clean living. 26-0. It is Ringling out in front of Mangum. 8:14 left of the game. Classic Hits 97.7.
Mangum Oil and Gas at 1306 North Lewis Tittle offers so many services. From fuel at the C-store to the self-serve car wash, getting propane bottles filled or propane delivered to the home and farm, even U-Haul services. It's no wonder so many folks head to Mangum Oil and Gas, where they say, go Tigers.
What does it mean to be a Mangum Tiger, you ask? Well, we are one town, one school, and one family. We may be a small town, but we have big dreams and a bright future ahead of us. This is Lori Laughlin from Stockman's Bank, member FDIC, and we are so proud to support the Mangum Tigers.
Folks in Mangum know what to do when they need to quench a thirst, curb a hunger attack, or cool down with an ice cream. They just make the Loop at 918 North Lewis Tittle in Mangum. The Loop, supporting the Mangum Tigers and Lady Tigers.
Well, I tell you what, give credit to Ringling. They withstood that long drive by Mangum. And then after getting punched in the mouth, they came right back and threw a couple of body shots of their own, and then, as you mentioned it, the 34-yard touchdown run, and it is a 26-0 ball game.
And the Tigers, there's still time on this clock for them to show something. You know, they're probably not going to get the win tonight, but there's still football to play. The way you play the rest of this night can affect the rest of your season and your attitude.
Well,
I'd like to see them line up and play some good ball.
Right. There's 3 seasons. I mean, you got the non-district season, the district season, and then the postseason. But again, boy, they're getting beat on the line of scrimmage big time. See if they can do something in the kicking game here as Zach Cargile will kick it away. Dickey on the near side. Perry up top. 8:14 left of the ball game. 26-0. Kick to Trayvon, sends him back to the 8. He wants to go far side, looking for a block. Has the 10. Stutter step, and then gets bottled up right at about the 13, 14-yard line. And that is just a play that takes forever to develop. Jacob Freeman in on the stop for this group from Ringling. But again, how long does it take you to get to the sideline there? You don't get a whole lot of positive yardage.
The longer it takes, the more blue shirts will be down there to stop you, that's for sure.
Well, they gave Trayvon the 15, so it'll be 1st and 10 from there. 8:05 remaining. Well, you're right. I mean, last year, this was one of the highest scoring teams in all of Class A football, and getting shut out here tonight. Although they've had 3 golden opportunities to score. Dickey going to come near side now, as Mangum will go shotgun. In the slot, Perry. 1st down and 10. Going to keep the football on the ground, and Colton Laughlin will take it across the 20-yard line. Laughlin going to pick up about 4 on the play. 2nd down and 6. Submarine stopped by Justice Davis. Well, they actually fell forward and picked up 5, so it'll be 2nd down and 5. 7:45 left of the ball game.
Well, 2nd and 5, do you think we'll see the Tigers go up top again and try to stretch out Lopez on the sideline?
At this point, I really don't want to venture a guess because I've been wrong all night long. I know they got to get the play off as the play clock is down to 5. Laughlin from the shotgun formation wants to run the option now, gets a late pitch here to Warner, and Warner across the 25 to the 26. That'll be good enough for a 1st down. They will move to sticks. It's a good job of running the option there, and that play successful because of the crackback block from Trayvon Dickey.
He did. He's made that play happen, and it always, as you mentioned earlier, that option can sure help when you have more field to work with, and that's what the Tigers had that time with Warner picking up a 1st down.
Had good spacing that time. There have been a couple of occasions where they haven't, in fact, lost a football because of poor spacing. 7-minute mark here of quarter number 4, 26-0. Mangum trying to get on the board. 1st and 10. They've got it at their own 26. Laughlin, quick shot out in the flat, caught by Lopez, looks for a block. Henry trying to turn the corner, not much there, maybe a yard. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and 9. Great job of chasing from behind by Wade. Looked like maybe Drake Stapleton was there as well. We have a penalty on the play?
I don't see anything on the
field.
They're
having a conversation. Face mask is the call. And so they will mark it off. 6:45 left here in the ball game, and that'll be the inadvertent face mask. High school, the only level now of football, well, maybe Little League, I don't know, depending on your local rules, but certainly in college and pro football, it's 15 yards when you grab the face mask. In high school, still have the inadvertent. That's what that one was. So it'll bring up a 1st down and 4. It'll run the inside reverse to Perry. Brett trying to break tackles, can't get it done, as he'll lose big yardage there. Great job in the open field by Cage Calvert to make the tackle. And for everything that Mangum gained on the face mask, they lost there. 2nd down and 8.
And that's unfortunate. That's definitely a momentum killer on your 2nd down.
4th quarter brought to us all season long by Great Plains Bank. Appreciate them being a part of our broadcast here on Classic Hits 97.7 as we've reached the midway point of quarter number 4. Laughlin from the shotgun. Flush from the pocket, being chased, has room near side. Still rolling, pump fake. Now tucks and runs, and He'll get near the first down. Boy, he got rocked out there in the open field, hit by Ethan Johnson.
And he definitely paid for it by keeping that one on that pump fake, but right there at the first down line.
How about the pump fake? I mean, he sold that one, didn't he?
Yeah. I thought the ball was in the air.
Just shy of the first down by a half a yard. Third down and that much with 5:52 left in the ball game. But, yeah, I mean, he's out in the open field and set. Looked like he was going to throw the rocket across the middle. Pulled it back, and my eyes were downfield looking for the football. So third down and short, they'll go shotgun. A couple of wide receivers here on the near side. In fact, Fisher Webb near the out-of-bounds marker. Boy, I tell you what, no room to run there for the tailback, Jalen Warner.
As he tried to cut back up the field, there was just nothing there but a host of Blue Devils.
Warner eventually tackled by Travis Wade. No gain on the play, 4th and a half yard. 5:30 left in the ball game. By the way, Duchesne Pohl okay with those cramps. He's back out on the field. I've got to go tight here and pick up the first down, see what else I can do.
I'm with you.
And they'll go shotgun. Worth noting, we've not seen Sean-Claude Booth tonight. He's been hampered by a bad shoulder. Loose ball recovered by Jalen Warner, I think, got in there and got that football. The mesh between Warner and Laughlin not good. Ball was on the ground. Warner thought he had it. Let's see if the officials agree. And they do. And how about that? He fumbled the ball forward, got it, and that should be good enough for a first down.
Tiger first down. How about that? That's not a designed fourth down play, but we'll take it.
5:06 left in the ball game. So Laughlin and company reset the downs. Perry in motion. Colton drops back with time, looks, throws, right side looking for Perry. Brett spins, but the ball going to be picked off. Was he inbounds when he made the play? He was. Drake Stapleton. Nope, out of bounds.
Out of bounds. Yeah.
The official downfield in the middle of the field said it was a interception, but the side judge said no, he was out of bounds when he made the catch. Tell you what, though, it's a great job by Drake Stapleton to spin his head on a swivel and find the football out there. It'll be 2nd and 10. And again, one of those passes that big arm of Colton Laughlin nearly got him into trouble.
I know he likes to air it out, and he does have the arm to make those passes, but sometimes they find the wrong hands.
Yeah, ball in the air for a long time. Laughlin going to roll out here, sets, fires across the middle. He's got Lopez open, but Henry was looking to the inside. That pass was to the outside. And Drake Stapleton went down. He got hit by the sniper again. He got those cramps. That's the second or third time we've seen him suffer cramps, and he went down in a heap. But fortunately for him, Lopez and Laughlin not on the same page. So 3rd down and 10, 4:48 remaining. Mangum trailing 26-0 in the lit lifter for both ball clubs. Laughlin shotgun formation, been there most of the night. Gets some pressure late, screen pass, caught by Perry. Brett looking for blockers. Nobody there, trying to make something happen on his own, and he will get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. We'll stop the clock with 4:36 remaining. Good job of reading that play that time by Caleb Stewart, the linebacker. Finishing the play off with Ethan Johnson, but again, Stewart does a nice job of shadowing Perry there. So 4:36 remaining, 4th down and 9. You're going to go for it here, down 26-0.
You got to go for it. See if you can get any field position at all, and get it past that first down line.
See how deep into the playbook they go this early in the season. I don't know if I show a whole lot right here. Laughlin going to keep it himself. Looks for room right side. Got the 45. Still on his feet. And then grabbed by Johnson at about the 46-yard line. That'll be shy of the first down. Also in on the stop, Justice Davis. And the drive will end right there. And Ringling will get it back with 4:28 remaining.
And Laughlin almost was able to find a hole and get to that first down line. But Johnson was able to wrap him up just a few yards short.
Well, Ethan Johnson, Cash Lyle, and Justin Davis have done it on both sides of the football all night long.
Those young men, if they get a hold of you, you're probably not going to get away, even an athlete like Laughlin.
Yeah, I love the hands that time of Johnson. So 1st and 10. Ringling wants to run the clock out here, up 26-0. Underneath center, Scotty Paul. Go with an I formation. Tailback is Cash Lyle. Look out for him. They'll hand it off to Lyle right up the middle of the field. He's got the 40, now the 39-yard line. He's finally dumped there by Hardy Joe Stewart. Jaden Rogers, I'm sorry, looking at the wrong roster. Goodness. So Rogers made some nice plays here tonight. Talked about him a little bit. Good-looking player at that linebacker position. 4 minutes left of the ball game. Mangum will come back and play next week on the road against another set of Blue Devils. This time it'll be Walters. And later on this season, play the Cordell Blue Devils. How about that?
A lot of Blue Devils, a lot of Tigers, Michael.
Yeah, there for the first time tonight, all night long, stopped at his tracks was Cash Lyle. It's a good job by Dalen Stacy. Dalen went downstairs and knocked him off his feet. You got to take the feet away from him. So 3rd and 3, 3:25 and running here in this 4th period of play. Mangum trying to come up with a stop and get one more offensive foray. The trip home is going to be a long one, but with some points on the board, it might be a little less painful. Long snap count, deep handoff, and get that first down and more. Picked up by Cash Lyle. Lyle got rocked at the end of the play, but not before he picks up the first down. And move the sticks. And again, our man Rogers making a big hit in the middle of the field. I like this kid. He's going to be good before all is said and done, Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers, I'm with you. He's been in there for many plays tonight, so get a little size to add with his heart, and he'll be in there.
Well, I said linebacker position, but they've got him listed as a nose guard. I thought I'd seen him play stand-up a little bit. And he is. Not playing nose tackle here. Timeout going to be taken by Ringling. It comes with 2:30 and the clock still running. 2:28 left of the ball game. 26-0, Ringling on top.
For over 4 generations, the Willis family and staff have worked to develop their skills, and with improved technologies, they can assure you of a monument that will stand the test of time. Their award-winning designers, expert stonecutters, layout artists, sandblast sculptors, and installation crew are here to serve you. Visit them online at willisgranite.com. Willis Granite Products, with locations in Granite, Oklahoma City, and Stillwater.
Travis Septic Tank Service can handle everything related to septic tank maintenance and cleaning, including commercial applications. Call Travis Septic Tank Services at 580-782-2384. That's 782-2384. Travis says, go Mangum Tigers.
All right, we've got 2:28 left of the ball game, 26-0. Mangum trailing the Blue Devils of Ringling. They'll go on the road next week, take on Dixon. Mangum on the road and traveling to Walters. Dixon, give me their nickname.
I don't know the Dixon nickname.
Comets? Okay, I thought so. Streaking across the sky. If only we could get on the Comet and be home in about 20 minutes after this one is over, it'd be great, wouldn't it?
That sounds like it.
Might have to stop in Dunkin' and feed you some food or something, keep you awake the final 90 miles home.
That would probably help me out a little bit.
All right, we'll work on that. 2:28 remaining, 26-0. First down and 10 now. Ball on the ground, and a good job that time of covering up the loose football by Scotty Paul. Paul and Van Buskirk have been interchangeable, although it has been a while since we have seen Sam. And I'd say, well, one's a thrower and the other's a runner, but they haven't thrown the football hardly at all night long. They both run pretty darn well. By the way, I hadn't had a chance to mention it, but this is one of the, and I don't use this word because I'm not of that genre, that age, but this is an old-timey football field because you can drive up, park your car, and sit at it and watch the game. Of course, you can also have your lights on, and they tell you to turn your lights off. Again, ball bobbled, but a new tailback in there, and positive yardage going to be picked up by Marshall Howell as he was grabbed from behind, finally making the stop. That man, Jaden Rogers again for Mangum.
So is that what you call the drive-in, Michael, the drive-in football game?
I believe it is a drive-in football game. Yeah, I like that.
Interesting.
Minute 15 remaining. Not only, well, I thought we were going to get maybe another quarterback. Payson Perkins came in, but Payson going to play at one of the wide receiver slots as Scotty Paul was coming off, but he was just simply getting the play from head coach Philip Coons. 55 seconds remaining. 26-0. Waiting on the final score here. Handoff again to the tailback. Marshall Howell turns the corner. Has room. 15, 10, 5. And into the end zone for the touchdown. The youngster, Marshall Howell, 5'7", 155. And Marshall got some wheels.
He has some wheels. He got on that far sideline, was able to make it around some boys, and got all the way to the end zone.
So another touchdown. This one again on the ground. This one from 28 yards away, and it's 32-0 with 44.8 remaining.
That made the bus ride just a little bit longer.
Boy, it did. I tell you what, film study not going to be very fun either. Our fourth period has been brought to us by Great Plains Bank, member FDIC. Duchesne Paul in to try the extra point, and it is no good. So with 44.8 remaining, 32-0 our score. Classic Hits 97.7.
Wondering how Western Oklahoma State College can fit into your future? With 25 degree options and more than 20 student organizations, it's easy to join the Pioneer family. Western offers classes online and on campus, making it simple to fit an education into your schedule. Western's tuition is less than half of a four-year university's and offers many scholarship opportunities. To find out more about how your future is brighter at Western, visit wosc.edu.
So we've got 44.8 remaining. Mangum trailing now 32-0. And as you mentioned, that one really stings right there.
And that really stings. You know, the Tigers have played a better football game tonight than the score would show us. The scoreless on the night. But as we said, they were deep in the red zone multiple times tonight, just not able to convert.
On three separate occasions, you know, turned it over literally. Once a fumble, one a pass interception, and then turned it over on down. So, you know, obviously you have those three scores and you've got a 20-19 ball game or a 19-18 ball game. These last two touchdowns maybe don't occur, or certainly it looks different.
We have a different ball game for sure, especially that early on in the game in the first half. That was definitely a momentum swing between these two ball clubs.
Well, Mangum yet to come out to receive the kick, and remember they were late getting out to begin the second half of play. They'll hold up the proceedings here and allow the Tigers to come out and get ready to receive. Colt Gandy back to receive. He's on the near side. No, that's not. And again, Fisher Webb here on the near side, along with Lamar James. So 44.8 remaining. Mangum looking for something positive to come out of this ball game. They trail 32-0. And the kick is away. Line drive fielded at the 10 by the upback. It's James. Lamar going to go far side. Looks for a block. And instead will lose the football back at about the 5-yard line. Then he falls on it. And it'll be 1st and 10 from there. So 35.2 remaining, couple of plays, and this one will be over. And we'll be packing up our old kit bag and getting out of here. We want to remind you, coming up on Tuesday, we've got softball action. Mangum will be at Hollis for a 5:30 affair. And then we're back on the air next Friday night as the football team will be in Walters to take on the Blue Devils. Justin and I at 7. Kickoff will be at 7:30. Well, William Dickey now had an opportunity to clear his bench. And Sawyer Webb is it quarterback? No, it's not Webb. See who it is. His kids are a ways away. Got new numbers, new bodies in there. Trying to keep track. And it was Webb, actually.
And it's a good opportunity for some of these boys to see some live action football against a pretty formidable opponent. And it's good to get that experience.
Jaden Shandy has come into the ball game. And Mangum won't run another play. This one will wind up being 32-0. Mangum loses the season opener to Ringling. 32 for the Blue Devils, and nothing on the board for the Tigers. They lose it 32-0 here on Classic Hits 97.7.
Triad Home Health in Mangum is locally owned and offers nursing, physical therapy, occupational, wound care, IV therapy, and more. All administered by people who go above and beyond for you. Phone Triad Home Health today at 580-782-5800. That's 782-5800.
333 Dental Care in Mangum is the dental practice of Dr. Dustin Lively. His experience, skill, and compassion go hand in hand when providing exceptional, up-to-date patient care. Dr. Lively and his team of professionals are proud to help you with the best dental care possible, along with preventive care that will result in a beautiful, long-lasting smile. Call 580-782-2552 or visit the team at 333 Dental Care. They support the Mangum Tigers and Lady Tigers.
Mangum Tigers losing this one tonight 32-0 at the hands of Ringling. Blue Devils impressive in this victory, and Mangum have to go back and regroup, figure out how to hold on to the football and figure out how to get the football into the end zone.
They do, and there are some positive things to take away from this football game. They had some nice big running plays and a couple big connections between Laughlin and Lopez especially. So there are definitely some bright spots for these Tigers moving forward as the season progresses, but definitely not the way they wanted this game to go.
Struggled tackling as well, and not to take anything away from the running backs from Ringling because they ran hard, but you know that's one thing that's going to be sticking in the craw of the Mangum Tigers on that defensive side of the football.
Yeah, it's never a good sign whenever your secondary is making the bulk of your tackles on those running plays, and that's just something that is acceptable maybe on week one, but as the season progresses, the Tigers definitely need to address that.
Mangum Lady Tigers having a tough day as well. They won their first ball game in the Tuska tournament, beating the host school in pedestrian fashion, and then they lose to Howe by a final score of 3-2. Then Calera beats them by a final score of, what did I tell you that was? 5-1.
5-1.
Yeah, 5-2 was the final score. They will play tomorrow over there at Tuska. So again, final score here, 32-0. We appreciate you being a part of our broadcast, and whether it was on Classic Hits 97.7 on the radio, on the Facebook page, or on oksports.tv. Until next Friday night with Justin O'Neill, I'm Michael Barnes. You've been listening to Mangum Tiger Football on Classic Hits 97.7.